Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what number episode is this? I forgot.
40,
3, I
43.
believe.
Okay, welcome to
43.
episode 43 of the
43.
301 Outlet Podcast. I am your guest host for the next probably about 30, 45 minutes. Darien here with the boys, Evan and Mark. Sanfa will
My guy Sanfa went out to look for the zebras.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. He's on a mission.
Apparently, we got more zebras coming out into the wild to this DMV wilderness. So
The zebra squad is expanding.
yes,
Be prepared
yes.
for
It
that.
will never be stopped.
And the 301 Outlet is recruiting zebras for our DMV Zebras football team.
All positions need to be filled.
We need,
Yes,
specifically,
sir.
we need cornerback, wide receiver, and safety.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And speaking of football, week 6 just ended. How are you guys feel? Well, I know how you guys are feeling because you guys took that big fat L, but
I mean, it
I
could
already
be
said how I
worse.
felt. Honestly, yeah. I mean,
It
I kind of
could
already
be
let it
worse,
out because
honestly,
the game
like,
happened 10 days ago. It's worse for me because it was a Thursday night game. But y'all already saw me let my shit out, man. It's like Jalen Hurts. He's not really looking bad at all. He isn't, and especially for like the tough schedule we have. We went against the Buccaneers, which no one was expecting us to win at all. The Buccaneers were like 7-point favorites, I believe, in that point. We ended up only losing by 6 points, which a touchdown once again by Jalen Hurts got negotiated back. But like the Eagles, we weren't even expecting to really do much this season. So it is what it is right now. I'm just happy to see the rookies actually putting in an effort. But Nick Sirianni, he needs to really get better at play calling because I don't know what's going on with him. Why he's not using Miles Sanders, who could really be easily be a top 10 running back in the league if he gets more carries because he's that efficient every time he gets carries. He showed in the fourth quarter of that game when Sirianni decided to finally run the ball. But, I feel as though the old offense, we're going to get it together. We have a first-year head coach, a very young team. It could be much worse, honestly. And we really could be looking much worse, but we're actually been making some big plays here and there. So, yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully we do good against the Raiders.
That's how I feel, too, about my team. Like, it could have been worse. I mean, we was playing against Patrick Mahomes, and, the game was close, pretty much the whole time. It was close pretty much the whole time.
The second half they turned up.
Yeah,
though.
it was.
But,
It was.
yeah.
No, they didn't even turn up till the fourth quarter. They didn't even turn up until the fourth quarter. Up until then, we was right there. So it's like
I look at the Eagles and y'all are exactly what I said y'all was going to be. Y'all are a fun team to watch. Y'all have explosive plays. You guys have interesting young players. The thing is, you guys are so young. You have a young first-year head coach. He's taking his lumps. I mean, not as bad as Dan Campbell, but he's taking his lumps. And
I feel sorry for Dan Campbell because he really puts in that effort. And the Lions aren't even as bad as the record shows, but that's another subject. Yeah,
but it's just again, the Eagles stink, but they're they're the type of team that sucks that I wouldn't mind watching the Eagles game, but it
not
kinda,
the worst 2-3 team.
but it kind of makes me upset, seeing how number one, y'all offensive line sucks.
It does.
Your
man.
second, you have a good.
Jalen Hurts has no time.
Front, you have a good defensive front, but your secondary sucks. Your offensive line sucks, and then at the same time, even with Miles Sanders is in a Joe Mixon thing where he has a terrible offensive line, but he can still find a way to accumulate yards and all that other stuff. He's shifty. He has speed, but the Eagles just don't use him.
Mm-hmm. And at least the Bengals use Joe Mixon. See, look, if Miles Sanders got carries reps like Joe Mixon. We'll be in a much better situation. That's why Joe Mixon is good because he's good at the yards, for scrimmage yards, honestly. And Miles Sanders is really perfect for scrimmage yards, honestly, for a running back. Just like J.D. McKissick in Washington and Antonio Gibson.
But I will say for y'all, Jalen Hurts.
Speaking of Washington, Taylor Heineke stinks.
Oh, so now now he stinks.
I was never a truther, dog. I was never a truther.
Nah, he had his hot streak in his first couple starts, though. He was putting up some numbers.
Yeah, but see,
it's overhyped.
You can be good in your first couple starts because no one really has film on you. But then as you keep playing and teams start to look at your tendencies and your strengths and weaknesses, then they can really accurately game plan against you. And that's what's happening with Taylor Heineke. It happened with Jalen Hurts. It was supposed to happen with Lamar, but that didn't really work out. All he did was just win MVP. But
exactly.
Speaking of Lamar, what the Ravens did to the Chargers was downright criminal. However, I'm not giving an excuse for the Chargers, but it kind of just shows what happens when you take a West Coast team, you send them all the way across the country out east, and you have them play the 1:00 game.
Yeah,
They're
jet lag for sure.
They're basically putting that today.
That game was personal for Lamar because think about it. The only other time he saw the Chargers prior to Sunday, they was ending his season in his rookie year.
Yep.
So he took that personal.
And also people are trying to put Justin Herbert over top of Lamar in terms of best QB. So and
I was one of those people, but I kind of off that train after this week because Lamar
I don't think he was ever.
I was one of those people.
It's a high bar, but I ain't think Justin got to that level.
I kind of jumped the gun on that.
For me, it was always Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady, Josh Allen, and then Lamar Jackson. But
some people don't put Lamar Jackson over Josh Allen though. I go pick Josh Allen over Lamar because he's been doing his. Josh Allen's been balling out, honestly.
See,
give him his
what Josh Allen did is Josh Allen finally decided to get some accuracy with that big ass arm. So now not only can he fling it, but he can fling it and he can put the ball in places where only his receivers can get it. Also, he has good receivers and he has a decent tight end and a great running game. So he's pretty much set up there in Buffalo in terms of weapons. But for Josh Allen, it was really just all about accuracy. And I still kind of want my QBs to be great throwing the ball. And I had my questions about Lamar and throwing the ball, but has he proven me? He's proven me wrong.
Yeah, you're one of them.
I'm not gonna say I'm on the bandwagon because I'm pretty sure I won't be let on the bandwagon. But I've always been a fan of Lamar. It's never that I never disliked him, but I never thought he was the best QB in the league. But he's definitely rare.
You don't see a QB like Lamar all the time. Honestly, I want him to call Lamar Jackson a Mike Vick 2.0. He's his own QB, yeah.
He's a rare breed. Yeah. My hottest Lamar take is in about 5 to 10 years, we'll be giving this man credit for creating a new style of quarterback play because you already know Lamar ain't gonna be the last one to play like Lamar Jackson. There's going to be a lot more quarterbacks coming into the league in the next 2 years.
I'm seeing it in the college right now.
That are able to run the ball and create plays like Lamar can. So in about 5-10 years, we're going to be calling this man a trailblazer.
Right. And think about this. What is he in his third, fourth year?
Fourth.
So he's in his
so
he's in his fourth year.
24 years
for
old.
the second time. And the second time, third year as a starter. And 2 out of those 3 years, he can be top 3 in MVP voting. I'm not saying that he's going to win MVP this year, but he kind of catapulted himself up into the MVP talks because everyone was talking about Kyler and Justin Herbert and Tom Brady. People brought up.
I don't think Tom Brady's winning it.
Yeah, and they was bringing up Tom Brady. But it's kind of okay, Lamar's catapulted himself. Josh Allen, too. They were talking about Josh Allen. And then also, what kind of pisses me off is that no one was talking about Dak Prescott. No one.
But another thing about Lamar, though, now I'll get to Dak Prescott, is we got to realize Lamar got this Ravens team to 5-1, and they got more players on the IR than any other team in the league.
That's what makes it more impressive, Lamar.
So Lamar definitely
and the Ravens had some comeback victories too in some close games. So Lamar's done that. That's why this is the most valuable if you think about it.
This is a Baltimore team that after week 1 lost all their running backs, lost in overtime to the Raiders. They were supposed to
some of the secondary
in the water. Like this team was supposed to be dead. Their season was supposed to be over, and they have done nothing but win ever since then. So we got to give props to Lamar for that.
You got Hollywood Brown balling out now. Told you with his receivers as weapons, and Mark Andrews balling out. When he got his weapons, just there's more numbers from Lamar. He's breaking rushing records throughout the first few weeks and passing yards. Lamar, he's able to get so many rushing yards and passing yards a game. That's impressive. A lot of QBs can't do that. Like Lamar, he literally leads the Ravens in rushing yards in games sometimes. And is still able to put up crazy passing yards. That's like a cheat code if you think about it. That's what makes what Lamar is doing is so impressive because he can do it on the ground and he can throw the ball in the air too and move the chains in the air. So that dude's right QB.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown need to put some more stickum on them damn gloves though, because he keep dropping them damn touchdown passes. But another dude, I'm gonna bring up Dak Prescott again. Not really just because I'm a Cowboys fan, but because
he has been doing his thing this year. I hate to say it though.
He really.
A lot of people don't want to say it because it's the Cowboys.
He he really needs to be in the MVP conversation, not just comeback player of the year, but just MVP, because he is top 5 in QBR. He's top 5 in passing yards through these 6 weeks.
6.
Yeah, 6 weeks. Week
7.
Yeah, through 6 weeks. And damn it, that game in Foxborough. Evan, when I tell you I thought this team was dead multiple times. I thought I was going to lose that game, because it's one of those games where as a fan it's like, okay, I've seen this before. I've seen the turnovers and the bad penalties and the giving up big plays at costly times, and now we have to drive down the length of the field against a good defense. I've seen it before. And 99% of the time, we lose those games. But then this year comes along, and the games against teams like the Chargers and this past game against New England, we usually lose. Those are games that we don't win. But some way, somehow, we managed to eke one out. I still think if it wasn't for Mike McCarthy's horrible time management against Tampa, we could be 6-0 along with Arizona.
Yeah, I want to say that one thing. Honestly, I'm surprised you guys are 5-1 because Mike McCarthy, he may be the reason why y'all don't go to the Super Bowl because he's still kind of questionable as a head coach. But y'all talent's making up for it though. But him as a play caller, I don't know. Man.
He's made some he went for it on 4th down in our own territory twice, and we didn't convert.
Ooh, I know how that feels as an Eagles fan.
You go down the field, against Tampa, and you leave 1 minute and 24 seconds on the clock for Tom Brady to come down and hit you with a game-winning field goal. As Houston scores again. It is now Texans 7, Patriots nothing. But
funny thing is the actual Patriots just beat the actual Texans.
Yeah.
That's funny, bro.
But Mike McCarthy, his clock management against the Chargers at the end of that game was horrendous because he let it run all the way down and had Greg Zuerlein kick a 55-yard field goal. And it's just, I think he's gonna be all right. We're a good enough team to kind of work through those blunders. I do agree, Mark is gonna like his bad clock management is gonna cost us a game. Let's just hope that it's not in the playoffs, but it might be. Also, we kind of, aside from Mike McCarthy, we kind of was killing ourselves because we basically left 14 points on the board because we turned the ball over in the end zone twice. And I think we missed a field goal. So we really did everything we could to lose, but we just didn't lose. At the same time, we were going up against the refs as well, but it is what it is. I'm not tripping off of none of it because we still got the dub. I'm still happy. We're 5-1, and we gonna be all right. But anything y'all want to say? Else y'all want to say about week 6 before we
The
leave?
Cardinals, shout out. I mean, the Cardinals, they're looking pretty impressive. Like, what are y'all thoughts about the Cardinals? Because they're looking like pretty legit, honestly. Elite through 6 weeks. I think Kyler Murray that last game when he put up 38 points. I think Kyler Murray proved is like he's legit. Yeah, that wasn't all hype through 5 weeks.
The scary thing is the Rams still could and probably will catch them.
That division is crazy, bro.
As good as the Cardinals are, LA's only a game back, and even though the Cardinals just beat the Rams, I still think LA's the better team. So, like, the Rams are probably the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, it's arguable. Yeah, I mean, that's arguable, though. But, I mean, only undefeated
Cardinals
team in the NFL.
barely beat the Rams.
Kyler Murray, yeah. But, hey, they still won, though. I mean, but Kyler Murray, he could be in the MVP talk, too. He still keeps putting up the numbers like he is. Like, people called him Russell Wilson 2.0, and he's been looking like it so far this season, you know, just being efficient, like, you know, making plays, like, going, like, with his legs and, like, just, you know, connecting with his receivers. Kyler Murray, he could be MVP in the MVP talk this season, like one of the people in the race.
I feel like right now for MVP, it goes Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, and then Dak Prescott at 4. But the Cardinals are just stacked, man. Like, especially on offense.
They are.
Like, Kyler's another one where it's just like, you got to say, just look at the weapons that this man has. He has the best receiver in football. He has, when he's playing at his best, Zach Ertz is definitely top 3.
Of course. See what he did for us in Philly.
You have AJ Green, who still has some left.
He's still good. He has been doing good.
They still have Christian Kirk, who is a burner. They still have Andy Isabella, who's a burner. They have Rondell Moore,
yeah, he's upcoming. Yeah,
who basically came out of nowhere. They have James Conner and Chase Edmonds in the backfield, and then you go on the defensive side. And you have Buda Baker,
Chandler Jones.
You have Justin Simmons, Zaven Collins, Chandler Jones, JJ Watt. Like, it's crazy over there in Phoenix. And then they were playing against a Browns team who's basically what the Washington football team was about 2-3 years ago, where their whole team was in the ICU.
IR, yep. Like, literally 19 players, like, when the active roster, like, starters are out tomorrow. I'm just like, sheesh.
Yeah.
And expecting me to shoot. Nick Chubb is out again.
You know what the Ravens are saying, though? Cry me a river.
If Baker Mayfield, his shoulder is messed up. I don't know. That shoulder injury may affect him throughout the season. That shoulder injury is not looking good at all. Like, the way his arm, like, stretched out like that when he got tackled, I'm just like, yeah, Baker, he's trying to tough it out, but and to be realistic, that looks like an injury that could keep him out for, like, probably at least over a month, honestly, because that looked nasty. And he already was, like, banged up going into that game. So he may be out. He could be out for, like, a long time, really, like a few weeks. Have to see.
Yeah, so just moving on from all the week 6 stuff, I think we talked about mostly everything. Right. I'm kind of just going. I'm not going off this topics list because literally about a couple hours ago, I sent a tweet saying that the Texans are in talks for trading Deshaun Watson to the Miami Dolphins. Now, granted, I also put in a tweet into the chat saying that they were thinking about a 3-team trade with the Washington football team, which would send Tua to Washington. That came, there were people that were in the media saying that that's false, but it's the media, so you really never know. How do y'all feel about Deshaun Watson possibly getting traded to Miami, where he'll probably play?
You know what? I'm just happy it's not my team dealing with that drama. That's their problem. Because the reason why I'm happy as an Eagles fan, because there was serious talks about the Eagles trying to get Deshaun Watson, and the last thing Philadelphia needs another distraction in another team organization. But with the Dolphins, if they they feel comfortable getting Deshaun Watson, if everything is clear, he's down in Miami. That's the Dolphins. They're really a much better team with Deshaun Watson and Tua in Washington. That's very interesting because it's funny because the football team was thinking about drafting Tua before I think Chase Young in that draft, but yeah, that'll be pretty interesting to see how the league reacts to that. Not my team,
At the time that they were gonna, because I feel like you're about to say the same. I think you're about to say what I'm about to say, because at the time that they were drafting Chase Young, wasn't that pre-Alex Smith injury? Was that post?
That was post.
All right, it was post.
Wait, it wasn't pre. No, it was pre. No, Tua got drafted 2018.
Injury in terms of like drafts. If Alex Smith never gets hurt, we never draft Dwayne Haskins. So it was before that.
Oh, God, that was before. Okay. Oh, okay.
But then as far as this whole Tua thing goes, bro, if this trade actually goes through, I feel sorry for the Dolphins, bro. That will be the biggest finesse. Because I mean, when you think about it, we have a quarterback who is as talented as Deshaun Watson, but with all the lawsuits and the sexual allegation lawsuits, we don't know when he's going to come back on the field.
Exactly,
we don't know if he's going to be able to play this season. So in other words, the Dolphins trading for Deshaun Watson in the here and now is them trading for pretty much nothing. So the Texans would get the finesse of the century if that trade goes through. And as far as like Washington, I could see it. I could see Washington being interested in Tua because on the one hand, you have like this could be one of them things where it's like Tua's been stinking it up in Miami. He ain't been too good, but maybe because he's dealing with a team that don't want him. Like maybe it's not really him, but more so the team just doesn't want him. Like we see this situation play out every single year. But then on the other hand, if they don't want to trade him, if they're not interested, it kind of makes sense because this year's draft class of quarterbacks isn't too strong. But also it says to me, Washington, like that we're not planning to pick in the top 5, like in the top 5 range, we're high up. And if that's the case, drafting a quarterback, even in this weakened draft class, it wouldn't exactly be a bad thing.
Really, 2023 is going to be a better draft class. Like, but this year, in college, in terms of football,
that's going to be Bryce Young and Caleb.
Yep, 2 more years. Yep, Caleb out of Oklahoma. He came out of nowhere out of Oklahoma. You heard about the Spencer Rattler hype, but
the top
he may get drafted too, though.
The top QB coming out of that they're talking about is there's a dude over at Liberty that can sling it, and then they're talking about
Liberty over here,
and then they're talking about Corral over at Ole Miss. Spencer Rattler, which I don't know how that's going to affect him. Seeing how he got benched for a backup 2 years straight in a big game,
and the backup
he still may get drafted though.
The backup is from where?
Gorgeous Prince George's.
He from DC, DMV area.
I thought he was from Prince George's. You know what?
He's from the DMV. We know that much.
I think he went to McNamara, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was from PG County, but all right. All I gotta say about this Deshaun Watson crap is, number one, I feel like they know something, that there's something that's going to come out soon that hasn't come out yet, to where it's possible that Deshaun could play. However, if that's not the case, you have 22 sexual assault cases against you. I just
go play football regularly like that.
I just don't know how you can do that.
Right.
I really just don't know how you can do that. And I personally like Deshaun Watson as a player. And I think him as a player, like he's definitely top 10 quarterback in the league. So the Dolphins will be getting someone who is extremely talented. But it's just like, is it really worth all the baggage that you're getting? Because at this point, Deshaun Watson is going to be coming to Miami, but all of the talk around the Dolphins is not going to be about football. I mean, they could sit here and win games, and they say winning will cure all, but I don't think it'll cure that because that's all they're going to be talking about.
Yeah, when it comes to sexual assault, that's a serious subject.
And if we're talking sexual assault, though, if we're talking sexual assault, bro, there are no morals in sports, bro. Sports doesn't really have that strong of a moral compass.
We've been learning that, especially in NCAA, and that's a whole other subject, though.
Been going out of Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah,
let's not say something. No, Big Ben has gotten the biggest pass.
If there was
he's gotten the pass.
Ben Roethlisberger would have been gone because this is straight up that same situation, but just it happened 10 years ago.
He's the definition of to me, I think it's just privilege. That's all it is. I'm gonna keep it real. It's privilege. Big Ben.
No. It's not even privilege. It's not even privilege. There's a couple black players in the league that got away with stuff like that.
It's called "You're this talented. We'll deal with your shit." And so, and then also, just a little.
I feel like Deshaun Watson is going to get the benefit of that doubt.
Yeah, I
feel as though some kind of settlement happened because, other than that, if he was about to get indicted for these crimes, then he would have even be thinking about teams wouldn't be thinking about trade, picking them up or trading them. So maybe a settlement happened. Yeah, and something we don't know yet.
And that's why I'm saying
confidential information we don't know yet.
Something must have happened. Rafa just homered, but who cares? We're gonna lose anyway.
Astros.
But
meanwhile, the Wizards about to start NBA season.
Let me cut this.
Sixers about to play. Sixers actually playing right now.
But this perfect segue. But before we get to the NBA, more important matters happened because the Chicago Sky won the WNBA Finals. Candace Parker.
I tell you what's going to happen, bro.
Thank y'all for putting me on to the WNBA action.
Let Evan talk his shit.
We gonna pause it right here. Let y'all go a couple episodes back, and then come back and tell me what I said, what happened in these WNBA finals. Boom, baby. Boom.
Yeah, because I actually a couple takes that the both of y'all had actually came true. Your Chicago Sky take and Mark, I think there's actually there is pure legitimacy to the fact that the Panthers just stink without Christian McCaffrey.
His on-field presence makes a whole difference. His on-field presence makes a big difference. It's like without him, the offense is just so slow. It's like he just makes a big difference. The run game, even with the yards of scrimmage, it just shows, man. That was even a troll. That was true because it showed for the past 3 weeks now. It's sad, man. I hope McCaffrey gets healthy because
yes. So the Chicago Sky wins the WNBA championship. I wish Sanfa was here for this. Before I ask this question, because everyone sees what Candace Parker's doing, and Candace Parker's just been so great in these playoffs. She paid homage to Kobe. She did the little Kobe pose, and she was just phenomenal. And people are now starting, putting her in the GOAT conversation. Who is your WNBA GOAT?
For me, it's Diana Taurasi. Plain and simple. I think she got the best shot in WNBA history. She's a good scorer. She's dynamic, and you see what she's done for the Mercury. So I think it's Diana Taurasi.
See, I haven't really been watching WNBA like that until this year, honestly. But what I've seen in the playoffs, though, I mean, I'm still learning about the players, but just between the Sky and the Mercury, Diana Taurasi, she was balling out for the Mercury. She really kept them in the game, especially when they're playing at home. But
that's not even prime Taurasi.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not even prime Taurasi.
And did she just have a kid too? She had a kid and all that, I believe. While she was so she was and still balling out. So that's what makes it more impressive. But when I seen with the Chicago Sun, with the current WNBA players, Kalia Copper,
Phoenix Mercury.
I mean, Phoenix Mercury. No, I'm talking about Chicago. I mean Chicago Sky, man. Sky. Kalia Copper, she was balling out during that series though. She really was. Her and what's the name? Courtney Vandersloot. Yeah, bro. They both of them. I'm just like, they're so shifty on the court. I'm just like,
That's
the
one
Sky,
badass white
they got
girl.
some roster. Yeah, and they got Candace Parker on top of that. I was like, I see why the Sky went all the way because their roster's pretty stacked. Like they were just like simply outplaying the Mercury altogether. Granted, the Mercury has Brittany Grimes and they do have Diana Taurasi, but overall they were just more stacked.
Hartley.
Yes. But the Sky though, they have some speed on that side of the court. And Kalia Copper, she was like the MVP in that game because she was getting those and ones, just like she was just scoring the ball on all sides of the court. I'm like, this is what you call good fundamental basketball, but still balling out at the same time. And she was doing it, like doing the damn thing. So, man, I was just happy to get put on the WNBA, and I definitely will be watching more of it when the next season starts. For sure.
Yeah, Kalia Copper.
I don't know what team to root for.
Kalia Copper was definitely playing on top of her head. The Mystics, root for the Mystics. I personally root for the Sparks just because the Lakers affiliate, but root for the Mystics, bro. Especially because Elena Delle Don is actually going to be back next season, so they might have
actually going to have our people back, though.
Yeah,
no, I'm gonna look into the Mystics, bro. I'm gonna definitely look into their games a lot and get him to their roster.
So y'all gonna have a chance. I'm kind of mad that when they won the championship in 2019, I didn't get a ring like how I did with the Caps, but that kind of hurts. But
oh yeah, so you were at that game, right?
I wasn't at the game because those playoffs, like they played the regular season at Capital One Arena, and then the playoffs was when they moved into their new smaller arena.
Oh yeah, I remember when that happened. Yeah.
That's where they did the playoffs, and I was so pissed because I was like, I want to work these games, I want to go.
Right.
But what was I about to say? So my WNBA GOAT. See, because she's been out the league for the last 2-3 years. Maya Moore is something serious. I'm not saying she's the greatest of all time. I personally think the greatest of all time is Lisa Leslie. Just from what I've watched. But just like in terms of like one of my all-time favorite WNBA players, I love me some Maya Moore. And I do say that while wearing a Candace Parker jersey, but Maya Moore is the one for me. Like I think she won like in 3 years, she won 3 championships, and I think in 4 years she won like 2-3 MVPs. And then she just stopped playing basketball altogether to help her best friend, to help her friend who was wrongly accused get out of jail. And then she ended up marrying the dude. And I think she's having a baby now. So she's out here doing great things. So moving on from the WNBA, and we go to the NBA because the NBA is back. And of course, before we get into the games that happened yesterday and the games that are going to be going on today, the NBA never ceases. It never ceases to amaze with this goddamn drama. We got Kyrie, Ben,
and Ben
DeAndre
Simmons.
Ayton. Where do y'all want to start?
Well, he's on the way Ayton though. I'm not hip. I'm not hip to the Ayton news. Let's start on that.
Didn't pay him. That's the long and short of it. The Suns didn't pay him.
The Suns are basically saying like why? Like because they're being I don't, maybe they don't think he's worth it or whatever, but like they just paid Cam Johnson. They just paid someone else. I forget who they just paid. I think they gave Cam Payne a contract.
Before Ayton, no, that's wild.
But they're refusing to pay DeAndre Ayton.
Ayton to me is the more the upside, the future. That star for the Suns.
He's the number one.
That's their first round draft pick. Yes, the number one pick. Yeah, and he was doing pretty good in the finals. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of janky. I don't know what's going on with that. But
it's all right. The Suns can sit there and let him go and let him just mosey on over to Washington.
They'll flourish worse without him. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Suns because they literally no one even saw the Suns going to the finals last year, and they made it. Like they ended up making it there, and they could, go back this year, honestly, because really when CP3 signed, I don't know if he was even expecting to go to the finals that past season, and now in the roster with Ayton, if he they did pay him, to me, I think they get better this season. But without Ayton, if they don't pay him, yeah, the Suns are making a huge mistake with that. That's shocking, though. They're paying other players before, like giving them max contracts before him, your number one pick, who was actually playing good in the finals. You know,
I think the Suns can go back. I kind of think I think again it's a long shot because again you have the Lakers the Lakers are revamped as long as they can stay healthy, and if they gel, then they'll be good. I think they'll be a tough team to beat.
Where's the one to
try? You funny. But yeah, the Lakers and you got the Warriors. You Steph Curry.
Jokes out the way.
You got the Nuggets.
Oh yeah, so it's like Denver.
You got Utah, and then the Warriors when they get Clay back
to that form, man. That dynasty.
Yeah, but it's just a shame how like I read something where it said only 2 number 1 overall picks since 2008 did not get paid the rookie max, and that's DeAndre Ayton and Anthony Bennett.
He's really in that category with Anthony Bennett. He does not deserve to be in that category with him. That's disrespect to DeAndre Ayton.
That's a name that you don't want to be associated with. But
even though he was balling out in the G League, though, he was a G League All-Star. I give him that. Like, not too long ago, actually. I think, like, in 2019, 2020, I saw his G League highlights. He was looking good. I remember it was rumors about him possibly coming back to the NBA, but that was just nothing but talk. But he was going to, like, hype in the G League. Like, yeah.
Man, shit. I think he over there in Sweden or something. But,
oh, no.
But now there's still that Kyrie stuff, which I kind of wanted to revisit Kyrie just for a little while. Because
this Kyrie thing is just like intense at this point. It's just like
I kind of want to say one thing. Like as I said before, Kyrie Irving is not stupid, and he's a really smart guy, and he is one to really stand on what he believes in. It is kind of wild that people are literally losing their jobs because they are choosing not to get the vaccine. I think it is wild in a sense. I do also think that I feel like unless you have underlying conditions or if it's for religious reasons, then I'm okay with you not getting the vaccine. Like if you have legit religious reasons for why you can't or don't want to get the vaccine, then albeit, and I also respect someone's choice to do whatever they want to do with their bodies. But with that being said, like remember when COVID started and everyone was I'm saying, oh yeah, I can't wait till we get a vaccine so we can get all this shit over with. And now people are like, oh, well, I need more research. And, oh, it's a personal decision because now the government is mandating you to take it. People get rebellious when the government is saying you have to take this instead of just giving you the choice, which technically, they are giving us the choice. But they're saying if you don't, then this is what's going to happen.
Life's going to be way more difficult. Yeah.
And the thing with Kyrie is, I look at Kyrie and I always just say be who you can afford to be because Kyrie's leaving so much money on the table. Mm-hmm. And you kind of have to respect Kyrie for taking a stance. Even if you don't agree with it. Like, you kind of have to respect it. You kind of have to be like, okay, you feel this way, and you're not just going to sit here and when the money gets thrown at you and your career gets thrown at you, you're just going to cave and give in and comply. I kind of respect Kyrie for not comply. Not kind of. I do respect him for not complying, because at the end of the day, like a lot of like someone made this point on a podcast that I was listening to. You have a lot of these white people, these conservatives that were telling, the athletes to shut up and dribble when it came to Black Lives Matter and civil rights. Well, now here comes the vaccine, and a lot of people who was backing Kyrie and all the other athletes and Kaepernick during the Black Lives Matter stuff and LeBron with the whole shut up and dribble thing. Like, they're now telling Kyrie and all the other players that haven't gotten vaccinated, they're now telling them to shut up, take the shot, and dribble. But that's just me. I'm not giving him grace.
Hey, sorry to interrupt you. But Kyle Kuzma just made his first bucket as a Wizard.
So that's landing. But yeah, I agree with you on it is his choice and it is his body. It's his choice, but Kyrie has to realize that his decision also is affecting other people because this virus is spreading and people are literally dying from this virus. Like, and Charles Barkley made a good point inside the NBA when he kind of like got on Kyrie Irving. He said, first of all, you really don't get the vaccine for you, not like, sometimes it's not always for you. And I'm not saying wait. I was the same way with Charles Barkley. It's for like to protect other people and other like people that are at risk, like family members and elderly people who have underlying conditions. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I got it because I wasn't really too having fear of like getting COVID because I went a whole year like during this pandemic without catching it, through the grace of God. But now it's like you do more research about this vaccine. If you can protect yourself more and like protect others more who are like more at risk, then yeah, that's why a lot of people are getting a vaccine. It's not just like a self thing. It's like for your loved ones as well. Got to think about that. And Kyrie, I think he's missing that point as well too, because these numbers are still like going like back and forth and his virus is still far from over. And every decision like getting the vaccine is a step closer to stopping this global pandemic. But as far as the NBA aspect on his side, if he can't play in the NBA, he doesn't want to get the vaccine, that's his choice. I'm just tired of hearing about the drama, because it's just distracting the Nets at this point. He just doesn't need to get paid, and the Nets are doing the right thing by not paying him because he wasn't trying to play half the games and travel with the team. I'm like, nah, the Nets, yeah, bro. It's either you follow the right health and safety protocols and you can be on the team, but if you don't, then you're not on the team. Simple as that. And he's costing him millions, and he has to pay for that, man. That's his decision as a man at the end of the day.
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. And it's also crazy because like he was also talking about like he needs to do more research, and I'm like, bro, research for what?
Bro, like
right there.
that's so contradicting.
But it's the thing, and this is the thing with
that statement is contradicting. It's really like enabling, like yeah. What are you about to say? Because I think that statement is very contradicting.
And this is the thing about like I want to say like social media is that you have so many different opinions at one time that you almost don't know like it's so many differing opinions and you almost don't quite know what to almost not know what to think at times. And it comes from like these like so many so-called scientists and experts and people who
I'm sorry. Daniel Gafford just swatted the mess out of somebody at the rim, dog.
I'm telling you, he's gonna lead he's gonna be top 10 in blocks.
But, he got 2 already.
But
he got 2 blocks already.
But what I was saying is that you have so many like different people that claim to be experts in this particular field, and this just goes for anything, trying to give their quote unquote expertise in all this and that you really don't know what's fact and what's fiction. So, and I think that's what's happening with this vaccine. And it's I don't want to say it's confusing, but it just makes my freaking head hurt. And
this whole thing is like so confusing. That's what it is. Nothing but confusion, honestly. It's just sad, man.
If we didn't have social media, and we had and you know, like it was just like how how it used to be, and like someone would come on the TV and be like, "Hey, this vaccine is available. It can stop this. It can stop the spread of COVID. It can stop the spread of COVID-19." And people would be like, "Oh, okay. So this whole pandemic shit will be over?" Yes. Okay, cool. And everyone would, and people would just do it because at the end of the day, we want to get out of this shit. But this time comes around, and you have people saying, "Oh, either COVID's not real, or it's bio warfare, or oh, it's not as bad as they're making it seem to be, and all this, that, and the fourth." And they're saying all this stuff about the vaccine. And I also want to say another thing about the vaccine is, one, rest in peace, Colin Powell, who just passed away from COVID
rest in peace to
complications.
That
and
news was shocking.
There was a bunch of controversy with that. We'll talk around him passing with COVID because he's vaccinated. But what people don't understand is
it wasn't just the COVID.
Is that he
had underlying health
conditions. First of all, he had cancer.
He had cancer, and he was dealing with Parkinson's.
Right there.
Yeah.
And so
very elderly as well.
He had diseases. He was 84.
People are trying to make excuses, not like just it's like a lot of millennials, like they said, people our age, millennials who are really being just difficult. Yeah, man. It's sad, man. Americans it's literally you mandate something, people just like don't be controlled. It's like it's not really controlling you. It's like people just have this pride, stubbornness. It's so weird, bro. It's like come on now.
It's the American thing of, oh, I don't want the government telling me what to do.
People want to be so rebellious.
Everyone wants to rebel. Like everyone has this rebellious spirit. And it's
Kyrie Irving's not helping that, man, with his platform. So I didn't even look at that IG live, and I didn't even want to look at it either. I was just like, yeah, y'all can look at this Instagram live. I don't even care to hear it. See that video. Like probably saying a lot of just who knows at this point.
Basically, the main thing I'm gonna say about this, and this doesn't just apply to COVID, it applies to every topic. If you don't know about a topic, if you are not informed, either ask somebody who does know about it, or shut the hell up.
Exactly.
Either way, stop pretending that you know everything about a topic when you don't. You're just making yourself look stupid.
Yeah.
People just want to put their personal opinions out. There's really all opinions with this whole COVID thing. Honestly, nothing but like personal opinions and personal takes. What works for you may not work for everybody else. Like, you gotta think about what's going to cure the whole world, like, the world, like this actual virus, the right way. And people will just kind of put their own think pieces into this thing, and it's really not making things better at all. It's ridiculous, man.
Yep. And there is nothing worse than somebody that thinks that they know everything because they are not willing to learn. So with that being said, let's move on from this vaccination shit. And let's just get to what we were arguing. Well, not arguing, but we was talking about earlier this morning. Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons got so the timeline over the last, I'll say, week. Ben Simmons randomly shows up to Wells Fargo Center to get a COVID test. So now he's
back with the team.
Yeah, so now he's back with the team. He didn't play in the last couple preseason games. And
got
then
fined for that.
in the practice before the season opener, Doc Rivers was like, "Hey, I want you to do some defensive drills." Ben was like, "Nah." Doc was like, if you don't want to do the drills, if you don't want to participate in practice, you can go home.
It's like a kindergarten class.
So Ben went home.
It's like a kindergarten class, bro.
and so I think someone asked Joel Embiid about it, and Joel was just like, I don't care about that, man. I'm only worried about the people in this building that actually want to play here, as he should. And
Embiid's just fed up with this shit.
And then there's Ben Simmons, who said, I just feel like this team just hasn't put me in the right situation. Giannis just won Finals MVP without a jumper. I could produce at a level in a new environment that didn't cater to a guy like Joel so much. And with that, I give Mark
It's a bold statement. Very bold statement, honestly. So basically, it seems like Ben Simmons at this point, he's making excuses for himself okay, we all know Ben Simmons, the main reason why Philly fans are mad at Ben Simmons because he underperformed in the playoffs is like, yeah, we blew the 20-point lead, but granted, he didn't show up when he needed to. His stat line showed it, and plus that main play in particular that threw the whole momentum off, that's what the main reason we're mad. But, of course, we could talk about the timeline. Doc Rivers and Jerome B kind of took shots at Ben Simmons after the game. Ben Simmons admitted to, like, messing up, blase. But for him to say, oh, Philly wasn't putting enough pieces around me to win, to be in the right winning situation and stuff like that, bro, you're making excuses for yourself now as a player. And I'm just like losing respect for Ben Simmons for that. First of all, we were the number 1 seed in last season. That year was our year this past season, whether some people want to admit it or not for the Sixers. Like, we were actually like a good, legit team, the number 1 seed for a reason in the East. And for him to make this, granted, we blew it in the playoffs against the Hawks as a team, we did, and he blew it himself. And of course, that one play that set off everything that had the world talking, which that made a huge difference. But for him to now come out as like a player and make these excuses for the team and to take jabs at the organization, to me, that's kind of like low. Like, come on, talking about we didn't set him up right, and and now we're catering towards one player. That's very low. And I kind of feel sorry for Wnba because he's just sitting here in this, drama. He hasn't really been saying much at all. He's just trying to get better as a player. Granted, he's like arguably the best center in the league, really. When he's like healthy, and he just has to deal with it because he's the all-star of the team, the captain of the team, and Ben Simmons should be the co-captain of the team. But it's just like causing so much turmoil and distraction with with the organization. And the Sixers really are a contender with Embiid, and when he has a point guard that's willing to play. When Ben Simmons was willing actually playing, we were still the number 1 seed. So it's just unfortunate. It's all like an ego thing, and that statement is just utterly ridiculous to me for him to come out and say that. I don't know. For me, I think he's making excuses for himself, honestly, and he doesn't want to use his full potential. Like, come on now. It's ridiculous. That's all I got to say on it.
I disagree with some of what you said, but I'm gonna go last because I want Evan to go before I go.
All right. So basically, what I'm gonna say is I'm not saying Ben Simmons is not at fault for this because at the end of the day, he's the only one that's responsible for his actions. But also, I feel like not enough blame is being placed on the Philadelphia 76ers. And the reason why I say that is because we're talking about, and Darien, you said this before in the group chat, we're talking about a man in Ben Simmons who wanted to leave Philly since this offseason, and they knew that. And they knew this.
We did.
And his trade value was the highest in this offseason. And again, Philly knew this. But all of this, but they didn't want to trade him. They didn't want to trade him. And then after that, not only that, you had the front office and Doc Rivers begging Ben Simmons to come to practice, even though everybody in that situation knew he didn't even want to be there. So you're basically forcing this whole situation on him that really could have been avoided in all of 1, maybe 2 hours. 1, maybe 2 hours in June or July, and that's all it would have took. So really, Philly brought this all on themselves, and I say the blame is 50.
I want to say they Philly all brought it on themselves because it's not. At the end of the day, Ben. I don't know. Ben Simmons. I think he's no excuse of how he's acting. Like, it's kind of weird with the way he's acting, though. Doesn't excuse his actions at all. Like, it definitely doesn't excuse his actions at all. Like, I feel as though people were like, it doesn't excuse of how he's professionally acting. And what's making it worse, this shit is going to follow him when he goes to another team, which is so dumb on his part. Because you got to realize players are looking at him. Bro, look at players are looking at how he's handling when stuff hits.
Hold on.
The fan. Just seeing how he's handling the situation. That's not good, bro. That's just not a good look for him.
Because wherever he gets traded to, he's actually going to want to be there. Because Ben is on record saying he don't care where he goes as long as it ain't Philly. So wherever he gets traded, he's going to want to be there. So that means he's going to go back to going to practice and giving
see how that chemistry works, though.
He's just trying to get out of Philly at the moment.
Yeah, and
I mean, still though,
this is where I disagree with you, Mark, because you brought up him acting unprofessional in the group chat, and this is where I'm going to respond to that. Philly blew a 25-point lead twice to lose to Atlanta. I am not mad at Philly. I'm not mad at the Philly fan base for being mad at Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons underperformed that whole playoffs, and he deserved that. He deserved that backlash.
And that's another thing.
That you need to play better if you're going to be here. What I didn't like was his own teammates, Embiid, Rivers, the front office. They threw him under the bus. So you're going to throw me under the bus while I'm already getting leveled by not just the Philly faithful, just the whole NBA fan base is basically just leveling me. So now I'm just getting it from everywhere. Yeah, I don't want to be here. Because granted, yes, I understand I need to play better. But I am not the sole reason why this team lost. I am not the sole reason why this team blew a 25-point lead. Good teams, no matter what, good teams, if something happens, they can bounce back. They just didn't bounce back. They just utterly choked, and they're using Ben as a scapegoat. And you say that he's acting unprofessional now. How am I supposed to act when y'all have blatantly disrespected me this whole offseason? I asked to be traded. You already were trying to trade me in the middle of the NBA season last year, which for real, y'all really looking stupid, because y'all could, and I'm gonna keep saying it too until my face turns blue. I rhymed there. I'm a poet. But anyways, I'm gonna keep saying it until my face turns blue. Y'all could have had James Harden, but no. You said no. We like our nucleus with Ben and Joel. No, yeah, y'all played good.
He basically wasn't trying to play good of our future.
Y'all played good during the regular season.
And it worked out.
Let's not forget that Ben Simmons is an all-star. Let's not forget that Ben Simmons is a top 5 defender. And he can guard basically every position. Or at least 1 through 4. Let's not forget that he is a master playmaker, that he's a master facilitator. And he's 6'10" for crying out loud. And he can get to the rim at will. Really, all Philly fans want him to do is just get a jump shot. But and again, my anger is not towards Philly fans, because I think, they deserve, that's just kind of who they are. Like, they're gonna hold you accountable. Like what Zach Ertz said. Zach Ertz said, look, I've been told that I've been good my whole life. I am aware that I am a good player, or else I would not be in this position where he was talking about the NFL. I love Philly because Philly is going to hold me accountable and hold me to a standard that I wish to meet every time I play. I know that if I have some type of game, I know how the reaction from the Philly fans are going to be, and that's what I'm kind of worried about because they're going to get at me. So with the Philly fans, I don't have a problem with that.
They just don't want to settle for mediocrity.
But with Doc Rivers, Joel Embiid, Daryl Morey, and whoever else on Philly was taking jabs at Ben Simmons. And let's not forget, in that post-game presser after Game 7, Joel Embiid subtly threw Ben under the bus. So with that's why I'm saying, how do you want Ben to act? You want him to just shut up and let them treat him the way that they're treating him? He's saying, look, I don't want to play here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be around y'all. I don't care about y'all. I don't care whether y'all succeed or whether or not y'all fail. I'm going to show my face, but I ain't going to do shit. That's basically what Ben Simmons is saying. He's doing the Marshawn Lynch, I'm here so I don't get fined. That's basically all he's doing. I'm pretty sure he will play a couple games, maybe just to show other teams what he's got. But other than that, bro, like, he don't care about Philly. And I feel like Daryl Morey, as the general manager, he knows that. And like Evan said, this could have been avoided if you had just let the man go. Because there were teams that wanted him. I would have loved to see him in Sacramento. I would love to see him in Indy. I would love to see him in Minnesota. So there are teams willing to go after him. The thing is, your general manager, your front office, your coach, the players, or your star player, we're literally sitting here saying, no, let him come back and we can work it out, please. It's like the boyfriend that's basically in the doghouse. He's on his way out. The girl done mentally checked herself out. He's just begging to get her back, and she's like, no, and she just kicks him to the curb. That's basically what Ben Simmons is doing, except he don't have no control. And this Ben Simmons situation is literally Deshaun Watson post allegations, literally what it is. And I think people are putting so much of this on Ben. And I think the only thing that you can say about Ben is that Ben needs to play better. He should have played better. He needs to improve his game, or he needs to show up in these big moments. Because again, people acting like Ben is a scrub. Ben is not a scrub. Dude made an all-star. He was literally an all-star, but the reason why him and Embiid did not play in the all-star game was because of COVID shit. That was it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all right. Yeah, that was yeah, you have points. Yeah. That was a lot. But yeah. I agree. Yeah, this whole Ben Simmons thing is just like, I don't know. I'm over at this point. I'm just ready for the regular season to start. I'm over the drama. I'm kind of tired of talking about it. I'm just ready to get to basketball and focus on basketball really. And this Ben Simmons, until he's in Philly, I feel as though he's just going to continue to sabotage the team. But hey, I'm just a fan. What can I do, honestly? It's up to, the GM to really handle that, and his agent, Rich Paul, which I think Rich Paul kind of sort of plays some factors in this too. But hey, he's behind the scenes.
Like I said, Ben Simmons nothing but a distraction until he leaves Philly. Also, by the way,
it's unfortunate for us Philly fans. Yep, because we ain't doing shit but just making noise. But at the end of the day, we ain't the ones calling the shots and making executive decisions. We don't have that power. That's someone, that organization. But I think after this particular week though, I'm kind of just done. I'm just gonna let the season play out because finally the regular season is back. Basketball is back. Once the Sixers win, bro, that's gonna really just hopefully try to make things better, with these Sixers W's and stuff. If the Sixers just actually play good this season.
Did y'all watch any of the games yesterday?
I did. I watched some of the Bucks and Nets game, and fell asleep.
Warriors game.
Fell asleep during that game though.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the Lakers Warriors game.
But I watched the Bucks and Nets game though. The Bucks, they were looking pretty good. Giannis doing his thing. Giannis has a jump shot now, and that's kind of scary. He's actually he's doing he's basically doing what Philly fans what Ben Simmons wants what we want Ben Simmons to do. Actually, just shoot the ball. But yeah, Giannis' jump shot is actually looking much more accurate now. He's actually making it making threes more consistently. It's kind of scary.
He played his ass off. Yes, he played like a champion.
Mm-hmm. You can tell he's had that momentum going into this season.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all though. When Thanasis got his ring and the camera panned over to Giannis, a tear came out my eye. I'm not gonna hold you.
I missed the ring ceremony though. I didn't see that part.
Look, I remember watching the ring ceremony for us last year, and I remember when Costas had got his ring and Giannis was on the video board because he had a little message for him. I said, "Oh no," and then because we were playing the Clippers, and when Keith got his ring, and you had Marcus Morris just out in the tunnel jumping for joy with his phone camera. But like y'all, I really didn't watch much of the games yesterday because the Red Sox were playing, and then I was flicking between the Sox and the Lakers, but I ended up falling asleep with both teams up, and then both teams ended up losing, which I from what I've heard, the Lakers just need to gel. That's really it. That's really all I'm taking away from everything. But of course, it's the Lakers, it's LeBron, it's Russell Westbrook. Basically, everybody who is controversial in the NBA, aside from Kyrie Irving, is on the Lakers. And so it's going to be a lot of storylines with the Lakers that's going to have nothing to do with basketball, and it's going to piss me off.
Westbrook was already a basketball storyline. The fact that he kind of underperformed in his his debut with the Lakers, that stat line wasn't looking too good. But this is game one. Let's see how he picks up.
And we already got Lakers fans saying that they ain't even want him here. Dog, it's one game out of 80.
It's one game, relax. Lakers fans some Lakers fans be so dramatic, bro. So fucking dramatic, bro. I be seeing them on social media. I'm like, y'all Lakers fans.
Let me say something.
We're talking about Philly fans being dramatic. No, Lakers fans. I've seen
these are not Lakers fans.
No, LeBron fans. Yeah, it's horrible. Bro.
Let me say something to the people.
I seen this one LeBron fan literally get banned on Twitter for spazzing on LeBron. LeBron saw that shit. His social media got shut down. I'm like, yeah, y'all horrible in these replies, bro. I'm like, golly.
Y'all still have 81 games left before the playoffs even start. Calm down.
Yeah, I'm like, bro. Talking about, Westbrook, he underperformed Westbrook. I'm like, bro, I knew it was coming, bro. Westbrook had a bad game. I knew it was gonna come because Westbrook slander. People love to start the Westbrook slander, bro. Oh man, so and a matter of fact, with the Lakers, kind of feel sorry for y'all though. As soon as y'all have a bad game, y'all gonna get the most the most criticism because y'all have all these technically
play defense, bro.
Big name players and everything, and according to y'all play bad, but the Lakers look at the retirement home. So y'all gonna be
I'm gonna be real. I honestly would have. I would have been good with Westbrook not being a Laker. However, I think that he can work with us. Mm-hmm. I would have I always feel like we need shooting. And Westbrook is
LeBron together is interesting.
Westbrook is a very streaky shooter.
It's like LeBron. Like
so for me, it's just like if this was like the old style of NBA where you didn't need to have like a bunch of shooters in order to succeed. Oh yeah, we're most definitely winning the chip. But I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say it's guaranteed. I want to see it. I just want to see it. Like
long season to go.
Right now I'm just like, all right, like I'm not like I was like okay, cool. We got Russell Westbrook, but that also means that our salary cap is in hell. So there's that. But let's see how it meshes. Let's see how it gels, and let's see how we look, say, like in February, in the middle of the season, and see where we are there, and let's just judge it from there. Like wait till Christmas. But with that being said, what are you looking for from your favorite teams?
Well, from the Wizards, it's a lot of what they're doing right now. They're moving the ball around on offense, and they're actually playing defense. Bro, I lie to you not. Davis Bertans is actually out here playing defense right now. I am not lying.
This season,
yeah, because the Wizards, we have 28-25 right now, second quarter. And Spencer Dinwiddie's been having a good game. He just made a free throw.
Well, who y'all playing? The Wizards?
We playing Toronto.
Oh yeah, we playing the Pelicans. But honestly, I'm expecting the Sixers to really get better from behind the arc, from all perimeters of the floor, because our bench isn't bad. Like we have Tyrese Maxey. Like once you get this whole point guard situation, Tyrese Maxey, he's right now a backup point guard, and when he comes off the bench, he showed last season how efficient he can be and how he can spread the floor. So I'm expecting him to get better and improve, honestly. And I'm still expecting like Steph Curry, like to still like go off. I'm just expecting us really to basically be as good as we were last season, just with like a more consistent perimeter game with the Sixers. Really, that's what I'm expecting for Philly, and I can see us like doing that. But until we get this distraction out the way, hey, can't really expect too much. Have to see how this goes.
I just want to see like how like fluent we can look with like different lineup combinations. Because we have, and then also like, how will we fare against teams like Memphis and the teams that like to run? Like I'm looking at Boston now, and Boston looking like they're like
not looking bad actually.
Like they're moving, like they're moving the ball well, and they run, and they're running up, up and down. They got a lot of athletes.
Into the line too.
Look through it. Oh, what is that? The wish on the top?
Sanfa.
Wait.
Sanfa, please tell me you got the Wizards game on. Please tell me you got the Wizards game on.
I'm about to turn it on right now, man. I'm about to look at it.
Wait. Where did you get the black and gold Lakers jersey with the wish on the side, bro?
Sanfa, you missed it.
Hoops Vision. I'm gonna send you the website, bro.
I got you. He's playing defense, bro.
That's lit. We love to see it. But yeah, people, I'm here. Yes, sir. I was like, what's
NBA talk?
I was like, which jersey am I pop? I'm like, pop out the mellow jersey. I'm like, you know what? It's the black. Smooth.
Yeah, I had to bring out Candace Parker.
Oh yeah. They just won the
I'm
chip,
just rocking
man.
a Sixers shirt.
Congratulations to the Chicago Sky, man, with the WNBA title. I mean, I think me and Evan picked them, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, we should. Man, they got too many pieces.
We were talking about that, yo.
That's
what I was saying too.
But what were y'all talking about? So y'all were talking about like Boston and Memphis.
We literally just
what we're expecting from our teams. And what we're expecting from our favorite teams this season. Like I basically said what I expect from the Sixers. Evan said what he expected from the Wizards, and Darien said what he expects for like the Lakers, the different, lineup combinations and things like that. Gotcha. And we kind of cover a lot of the NBA talk, honestly. Especially with the Ben Simmons and Kyrie shit. So yeah.
I'm happy. I didn't want to talk about that.
Yeah, like we're brief on the Kyrie thing. We dropped some gems though. We dropped some gems though. You're gonna listen back to it though. But yeah, we covered a lot. We did pretty good with covering the NBA so far.
That is lit. I'm happy, y'all. But okay, I'm just gonna give my quick one. I'm trying to think of a sleeper team that nobody's gonna see coming because the East and the West, like we said it, it's bloodbath this year, man. This could be a battle.
Especially in the East. Yeah.
Especially in the East, yeah. Like the East, I see legit. There's 12 playoff teams in the East, and I think when it comes to that, I think the Bulls might surprise people, man, because they not only did it look good in preseason, I just like their team. I can't even like really.
And they have their pieces too.
They have a really, really good team.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball, Caruso, Zach LaVine. They just have the players. No doubt, no.
Like they finally got the players to kind of, really fill Zach LaVine and bring out the best of him because those man, listen, it's been like last two seasons he's been healthy. He's been like out here dropping like damn near 30. He's been on some Beal stuff.
Just had no help around him.
He's been on some Bradley Beal stuff.
Just been going unnoticed because like it's the Bulls and they've just been so awful for so long. Like
exactly. Like what the last time we went to playoff, 2017?
Yeah. I believe so, yeah.
For sure. That was when they had that big, ugly ass big three with Jimmy Butler, D Wade, and Wanda.
Yeah, that was a really odd lineup. D Wade, Jimmy Butler. I can't believe that was like a real thing looking back at it. And I think they did they still made the postseason. Somehow they did make the postseason that year.
Yeah, they were the 8 seed. They were the 8 seed.
Yeah. So shoot, that's the last time they're even relevant, really.
All right, I got to put this game on right in front of me as I'm talking to y'all. This is about to be great. Got it right here. Slide it over a little bit. I keep forgetting. My laptop is touchscreen. Let me not do that. I was about to lean on the laptop like an idiot, and then it freaking closed the damn call. I would have been.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think Chicago in the East and in the West. I think Golden State. Look at Drake. Look at certified level boy. But yeah.
Yeah, the Wizards game.
Yep, he's there. They're in Toronto. So I'm not surprised.
Makes sense. Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Right. But yeah, like I think in the West, I think it's Golden State, man. Because Golden State, they showed that they got something yesterday. Steph Curry didn't even play that good. Steph Curry literally shot like 5 for 21. Was crazy.
It wasn't. Bro. He was just playing average, honestly. And Warriors are still looking good. Warriors still won by like double digits.
Sanfa, are you behind? Are you behind in the game?
I just seen Dragic tried to shoot the 3.
Oh yeah, you behind. Like okay. The Wizards just pulled some absolute bullshit.
Oh, I see. I just seen it.
Bro, how did he get that though?
You talk about Gafford, right?
Yeah, Gafford. How did he get that ball?
I don't even know how he got that jump, but I don't know what type of majestical tricks that Kyle Kuzma pulled, bro. Like Kyle Kuzma just did some Kyle Kuzma nonsense, and he lost the ball too. That's what makes it so funny. He literally lost his dribble. He lost the ball mid dribble. That's crazy. But yeah, it's just nuts. But yeah, I feel like Golden State, they got something for the league, man, and they're not even fully healthy. Wait till Klay comes back.
Right, that's what me and Darien were saying earlier. Yup, when Klay Thompson comes back, they're gonna be looking like that dynasty team again. Honestly, hate to say it though, but hey, when we're seeing them, like it'll probably try to make another run when Klay Thompson comes back. Don't be surprised they are contenders because Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, it has like really changed the league. They really did change the league. And they can still impact the league.
That chemistry is undeniable for sure, man. One of the best backcourts we've ever seen. But I do want to hear y'all talk about, because I did see y'all posting in the chat, the CIA men's and women's basketball tournaments will now be on ESPN.
Oh, that's a big W.
That's big W.
That's a huge W. Yeah, go ahead, Evan. I want to hear your piece on that.
I feel like that's big exposure for the CIAA because the CIAA is under we're getting hit from two angles. On the one end, we are a Division II conference, and then on the other hand, we're a conference at HBCU. So it's like not a lot of people really pay attention to the CIAA.
Yeah, sadly,
but in reality, bro, the CIAA always got a couple good football teams. Bowie State is 6-1. They're really good. Virginia Union, who we play this week, they're really good. They're second place in the North. And then the basketball tournament is always lit. The basketball
lit every year.
Always lit.
Brings HBCUs from all around. Like it's a whole week event. CIAA a weekend.
Like the men's and the women's games. Because it's like Winston-Salem State.
It's gonna be on Baltimore I believe next.
Oh yeah. Like Mark said, the tournament's in Baltimore this time. So it's like it ain't out the way for us no more.
Oh wow. That's great, man. That's awesome. I definitely got tuned in because I used to be big on the CIAA, but it's like I lost kind of track over the years. But I'm gonna dive deep into it, man.
Sure. And it's good for the CIAA because, honestly, because I guess HBCUs
nice on the men's side, and then on the women's side, what you need to know is The name of the game is defense.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the game is defense because it's like, bro, when we talk about Bowie State women's basketball, you are not scoring on that team. You ain't scoring no type of points.
Yeah, I used to shoot for I used to cover those games and like shoot some of those games. Yeah, you used to like stop teams in the paint. That's when we really like dominated teams. It's those defensive boards in the paint when it came down to it. I remember those games for sure. And the women's game, like the women's team for like Bowie State, they always been pretty good. Like honestly, like just about every year.
They won
always been like
games last season.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like
Yeah, I remember that.
Like
I remember Evan was talking about it. Yeah, they were dope last season. I remember that. Funny thing with COVID, that's what's so crazy about it.
Yeah, so with the CIAA one, like with the contract with ESPN, like a lot of HBCUs, I'm excited because like I like seeing HBCUs getting more coverage, and hopefully we get to the like time and day and age where like HBCUs get like more common nationally like televised games. Because the CIAA has a lot of HBCUs in the conference. So
Evan, I know you just seen
like
this
Bowie
graphic.
State, Johnson C. Smith,
the
and all
highest
that.
field goal. Look, notice how all those bigs are rim runners. Every single one of them, bro. Well, I literally looked at that. I said, bro, all those bigs, all they do is run, jump, and dunk. And not disrespecting, that's just hilarious to me. But yeah, man, like it's dope. Looking forward to it. Let's go on to the next one. Just gonna keep the momentum on. Next one is the ALCS NCS. Is that the baseball?
Yeah, Darien should be here for that because only his team is in that. So I don't have much to say on that. So yeah, I'll wait till Darien gets back.
Talk about it.
That's right. He is here, bro.
I feel like this year the NLCS and the ALCS got one thing in common is that you don't know where that series is going. You don't know where those series are going.
It's been such a roller coaster when it comes to the MLB playoffs. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win that series between the Astros and the Red Sox. I honestly don't. Because the Red Sox, when they win, they like literally whip the Astros.
Who's
when the Astros are winning.
Damn.
And like they whip the Red Sox. So yeah, that series.
The thing
series started is the Astros won the first two, and you was thinking Houston might make quick work of Boston.
Then here come the Red Sox, though.
The Red Sox come back and not only the Astros only won the first game. My bad. But then the Red Sox came out the next two games and not only beat Houston, beat the brakes off of them. And you think
that's what I'm saying, though. It's like
Boston, like this series over. Boston gonna make quick work of
World Series, right?
And then here come the Astros with that
tonight.
With that 7-run ninth inning last night,
with bullshit
offensive explosion today, and now we're thinking, okay, this series is over. Houston won, but if we remember, the Astros were up 3-2 in the World Series 2019 with 2 games left in Houston, and then what happened?
Bill tried to do some crazy shit.
I also want to say this. Remember Game 1 against the Rays, where the Rays basically just put our asses on a plate. Yep. And then the next game we came out and we put up 15. I feel like every time
I remember that game.
I feel like every time like in these playoffs when someone gets like a huge offensive explosion, we always come right back. So I'm not necessarily worried. What I don't like, and this kind of goes into like what we're going to talk about next, because I remember me and Evan was talking about this on like a few days ago. Like the umpire, literally, Evaldi throws a curveball in the top. I think it's like a high in the outside corner. Obviously a strike. He calls it a ball. Dude walks. The score is 2-2 at the top of the ninth. We lost 9-2.
And it was 2 outs when this
exactly happened. So it's just like granted, we got hit. We was on the other side of a bad, umpire's call or a controversial umpire's call, against the Yankees. I think we were also against the Rays too. The one where it bounced off of Renfroe, where the ball bounced off of the ground, off the wall. It hit Renfroe's glove, and then it went out, and it was a ground rule double. And it was like something in which like one of the Rays players could have scored, but instead he had to stop at third, and then we got it out like the very next play. But I look at both series.
bro.
I look at the Red Sox and the Braves, who literally they have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. The Braves were not supposed to be here because really it was the NL East was the Mets division to win. And instead they lost it. And so here the Braves are without their star player. I should add. They don't have Acuna. And then here are the Red Sox, who really aren't even supposed to be in the playoffs. We were projected to win 80 games. We won 92, and now we're in the ALCS, going toe-to-toe with the Houston Astros, who are really just as good now as they were a couple years ago. The only thing is Verlander's hurt.
And they're not cheating.
Yeah, they're not cheating, and Verlander and I think McCullers hurt. So two of their best starting pitchers are hurt. But I do want to say something about that game yesterday, is that the Astros bullpen played off their ass. And to be honest, if they win that series, then I would look back at that game yesterday and just look at how the bullpen played. Because we just couldn't do anything. But yeah, this is going to be fairly interesting. Because I thought that the Dodgers were dead, but then the Dodgers came.
We all did.
Then the Dodgers came back.
Pulled in Atlanta sports.
Yeah.
They pulled in Atlanta sports.
Atlanta will Atlanta.
No, they are up 2-0 right now in the second inning. They're up 2-0.
That's cute. Well, we'll see.
So we'll see.
But the next one, which again kind of ties in. So this just goes across just every sport, but I guess for right now, like the two prominent ones is NFL and MLB. The refereeing has been absolutely terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's an understatement, but yeah.
Terrible. And the thing is, like, these bad calls, if they're not calling a bad game throughout the whole game, they're making very bad, questionable calls at crucial times.
Yeah, the worst moments. Mm-hmm.
Like you had that bad non-catch call at the end of that Steelers-Seahawks game. You had a missed PI in the Cowboys Patriots game. There was the terrible roughing the passer rule, the terrible taunting rules, the was it a swing or was it not a swing during the Dodgers Giants game 5.
Oh, that was bad. Yeah, like, that was bad. It ended like that too. Literally ended like that. That was just.
I feel like a common unifying factor is when you think about it. Does anybody want to be a ref? I feel like that's the root of all of this, and I understand why people wouldn't want to be a ref, because at the end of the day, like, to be a referee, you gotta have thick skin. But it's like, for their job to step into their shoes, if you are not good at your job on a given night, the whole city is on your ass. But on the other side, even if you are good at your job in a given night, the city is still going to be on your ass. Why? Because you made a call that went against the home team at a crucial moment. So it's like, I understand why people wouldn't want to take all that toll on their mental. So like that, because all that comes with being a ref.
And I remember I was in high school. Someone said, "What is the worst job that you can ever have?" I said, "A referee," because it don't matter what you do, someone is going to hate you, and And at least with the NFL, like I think they need to crack down more on what is roughing the passer, more so than taunting. Like I think the NFL just be worried about the wrong things sometimes, and it just blows me. And it kind of just takes the like the Dodgers and Giants game 5 was such an anticlimactic finish because you would have liked it to end on a swing and a miss or like a fly ball or a walk-off homer, but no. It was in the hands of a umpire. But I guess moving on from that. So what Mark wanted to talk about, LSU head coach Ed Orgeron is stepping down at the end of this football season. I got something to say about it too because I'm an LSU fan.
Yeah, hearing this news really doesn't shock me because he's been in the news for like other like controversies, but the program has been going down. As you see, the program's kind of like went to trash ever since they won that championship. And it's ironic, it was only like a couple years ago. The COVID season was just a downhill for the program and Coach O. But of course, Coach O has been in the media for like other things, like ignoring, I guess, sexual assault allegations that's been going on within the program, things like that, yada yada yada. Of course, I guess how like he mistreats the players and like the I guess lost overall. I don't know, but yeah, the players just simply don't want to just lost interest in him. So goes to show he had a very maybe a toxic time at LSU. It doesn't shock me hearing this news. And once they lost Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, basically like all the top prospects went to NFL, like Coach O kind of like lost control of the program, and we saw that. So it's like another one just bites the dust, LSU. And it's kind of shocking though, because you would think LSU was like one of like the top schools to be like recruited to. It's like a very good marketable school, but hey, I mean, I don't know. It just went downhill. Coach O, he was just making that environment toxic, sounds like.
It's not shocking that they would be one of the more recruited schools because every year for goddamn Julius. Anyways, for the last like 6-7 years, they've had a top 10 recruiting class. And you only have, I mean, I'm not going to say you have one natty to show for it. I mean, because you are in the same conference and, you know, there is Alabama.
Bama, yeah.
You know, but at the same time, like, because me and my dad, like, we're both, you know, LSU fans.
Mm.
And for me, it's like, this didn't shock me because we stunk for the last 2 years. When we had Joe Burrow, we had Joe Brady, who was running this offense and was just flinging the ball all over the place. Like you said, we had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. We didn't have guys. I can't remember who our running back was, but
yeah, he was pretty good too.
But we had an all-time great offense in college football. Like, I think we had the best offense in college football history. But the thing is, the greatness of our offense, you know, from what the greatness of our offense kind of overshadowed how terrible our defense was. Because we're giving up 42 points a game, but we're like, oh, that's fine, we'll score 43. But
that's college football for you.
But it's just like, how are you having all of these top recruits? Like, you're getting, you know, the 5th ranked recruiting class, the 3rd ranked recruiting class, 7th ranked. Like, you're getting like top recruiting classes.
Like, it's LSU.
But you in the SEC, you got Bama, Georgia, Florida,
Mississippi.
And then
Ole Miss. Well, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss ain't on that level yet.
Not even Ole Miss. Kentucky is coming.
Oh yeah, they've been doing good.
Kentucky
this season.
is coming. And then when you look at all those teams, they have quarterbacks. Why is it that the only quarterback that LSU has ever had that has been good over the last 20 years has been Joe Burrow?
I never noticed that.
Seriously, like Bama always has two. Ole Miss got one. Georgia always has one.
Always has that QB. Yup.
Florida always has a QB. A&M got one. LSU don't have shit. We got the receivers. We got athletes. But we don't have. But why is it not accumulating to wins? Why is it that we're always outside of the top 25 to end the season? We're never in a bowl game. And again, we're getting trounced by the Kentuckys and Auburns, which we played Auburn a couple weeks ago, and we should have beat them. But it just showed how, again, we have athletes, and we always have guys that are going to the NFL. Like you said, we have Burrow, Devin White, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Those type of guys come out of LSU and they're going into the NFL. Now, yeah, that did affect us last season, but again, we had a top recruiting class last season and this season, so we should be able to bounce back, right? You would think, right? Because we just won the Natty, right?
Natty, yeah.
No, because Joe Brady's in Carolina under Matt Rule now. So the OC is gone. A lot of our good players from that national championship, like you said, Mark, they're gone. But my dad pointed this out. Ed Ogeron, this kind of follows him wherever he goes, where he has a top recruiting class and he can't do nothing with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just look at it as they stunk for 2 years after they won the Natty, and it's been such a drop off. But yeah, he got to go.
Yup, man. I feel like LSU just did what they had to do. Honestly, I'm surprised that I feel as though probably could have came sooner though, because probably midway last season, it was like, yeah.
Well, they weren't going to do it.
Really about to keep them.
They weren't going to do it last season because they still had the Natty hangover.
Right.
So,
mm-hmm. But this season, after like the first 7 weeks, it's just like, yeah, LSU, something's not right with them, and they. Yeah, definitely dropped off ever since that Natty. And this season, they're struggling.
And he lost the locker room.
Yup, pretty much. Yeah, said the players simply weren't interested in playing with him. Like, bad look on the program.
So he's going to be gone. I'm interested to see who comes in next year and how.
That's big shoes to fill.
And how and what they can do with what is it?
LSU.
With these top recruits that we get.
We need a QB. Hopefully to get probably a top 5 QB recruit, because like you said, these other schools are able to get it. Like these QBs come out of nowhere. See how Oklahoma, how they got Caleb Williams and what he's doing. So LSU really should be that school to get like a top 5 QB recruit in the nation, because LSU is always like that, one of those big bright schools that's been known in college football. So hey, have to see what's moving forward, but hopefully the release of him actually changes that program around and moving forward, and brings more stability to that program, because LSU, they really should be better than what they are, honestly.
Yeah.
Dang, this man Evan keep losing connection. No,
his connection actually did well this whole time. This is the first
whole time though. Yeah.
You know who funny? His connection always breaks up around this time.
It's like maybe something. Yeah, maybe people use the internet. I don't know. Probably a certain time.
But
Yeah.
let's go on to
Mhm.
the next one. Okay, here's the next one. When did you get your first jersey and who was it? First sports jersey.
First one I can remember was I had a green Packers Brett Favre jersey when I was like young. I was young. So my first one that I can remember is Brett Favre. I also remember having a Redskins Mark Brunell jersey when I was young. So I'll say Brett Favre and Mark Brunell.
See, my first jerseys I remember was the Timberwolves Kevin Garnett home jersey, that classic Timberwolves jersey, and I also had a home team, the purple Baltimore Ravens Ray Lewis jersey. I probably still have that laying around somewhere. I also had the football team Clinton Porter jersey. That thing, it says the old logo on there. I'm about ready to get rid of that thing. And I actually have Michael Jordan's Wizards jersey. I'm just going to savor that because that's rare. The one Evan was actually wearing right now. But yup, I have the Jordan jersey of that old Wizards blue, navy blue. And those are the first like few jerseys I remember having when I was like really young. Yeah.
For me, first basketball jersey I remember it was like the fourth, third grade. I had a Tim Duncan jersey. I don't even know why I had the Timmy D jersey. I just had the Tim Duncan jersey.
Just that player.
I remember my mom, we were going through old photos, and there was a photo of me. This is back when I kind of was trying to be serious about basketball. Like I was at a little basketball camp. I had the Tim Duncan jersey on. It was very interesting. I was like, When I saw that, I was like, I don't remember that jersey because I remember I had a Gilbert Arenas jersey. I remember that. I had a Ray Lewis, Ray Rice jersey. I remember that back in the day. I know for that. I don't remember when I got the Timmy D jersey. I literally was confused. I was like, huh? And I need to find that jersey because that'd be good memories to have. It's probably somewhere in my room somewhere, probably in a box somewhere. But yeah, Tim Duck was my first, and then I think I had a Penguins jersey. Weirdly enough, because I had an uncle that was a big Penguins fan. I'm not close to him now, but back in the day, he was a huge Penguins fan.
You a
So
good man. Now that's the type of that's the energy I need. That's the energy I need. You got the Black Lakers jersey on, and then you also had a Penguins jersey. You hear that, Evan?
I had a Penguins snapback too.
This is a man with class. A man with class.
I'm dead.
Evan, go ahead, bro. What was your first jersey and who was it? Or like your first few jerseys you remember?
I don't think
His connection may be kind of lagging. He probably trying to talk, but yeah, I probably.
He probably talking. We not hearing the darn thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna keep it pushing. Keep it pushing.
What was the subject list?
Speaking of stuff, Darren, do you want to go to one of the Cat Williams shows?
Yes, I would. That would actually seems like it would be fun. I'm down.
I bet because he has days with Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And they're all in Constitution. I've not been to Constitution Hall in Lord knows how long. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that, I was like, oh man.
Wait,
Because
so
I saw.
he has a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or does he?
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Sunday?
It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I
the
don't say
28th, 29th, and the 30th.
Yeah, and I think Shashar said one of the days is booked, so I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna ask her which one do you know, which one is booked? Because yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be funny. And like I said, I've not been to Constitution Hall. Lord knows how long. That'd be pretty good. But let's go on to the next one. I think the next one I have to do it. Yeah, okay, this one. How important is it for your partner to know how to dress? And do you hold yourself to that same standard?
Well, put it like this: wear what you like, though, but you just can't. I really don't hold it up to like a high standard. Saying you have to be all dripped out and wear all this expensive designer stuff, but like dress like as long as you dress like you care and like of course dress like you care. You don't go out looking raggedy and everything, and actually put in like effort because like what you wear kind of sort of like kind of put reflects on me if you're my partner. That's kind of like, okay, you're wearing this. Do you really take time of really putting together like your wardrobe? I don't know. But yeah, as long as you don't like dress like, oh, like I say raggedy and actually wear clean clothes, I don't hold it all that designer stuff to a high standard. Cause like I dress, how I can dress. I dress pretty good and I'm not gonna hold my partner to that high standard. I don't care about that matching drip and all that crap. That's just me personally though. As long as like what you wear is nice, because I'm a guy. I can't really judge women's fashion like that. So yeah, that's just me though.
Oh, look who's back! Right on time.
Look
This
who's
is what we're
back.
talking about.
Okay, so now we're talking about how important is it for your partner to know how to dress, and do you hold yourself to that same standard?
Yeah, I just went. Yeah.
All right, so knowing how to dress. All right, can you be more specific? Because it's like
Okay,
dressing.
I'm gonna say because basically
Yeah,
what the
I didn't know
question
how to answer
is.
that either.
Basically, what the question is. So you and your girl, you and your girl plan to go out. Y'all about to go out. It depends. Let me see where y'all about to go. Y'all about to
We
go
go real
to.
deep in that. Yeah, it
Yeah,
depends
like
where we're
it
going.
really depends. The
Yeah,
situation really depends.
feels
Okay,
and
let's say
assistance is the same,
y'all about to
yeah.
go to a party. Okay, y'all about to go to a party. She's looking through her outfit, what she would dress. She thinking about either wearing a dress or going up there, with a nice top and a nice little jeans and some shoes or whatever. And so, would you be the type to be like, "Hey, yo, you gotta wear the dress," or nah, you could chill, you could chill vibe, and I'll just match your vibe. Like, what type of guy?
I'm not forcing my girl with the wear. Nah, I'm not forcing my. To me, some niggas are different, but I'm not forcing my girl with the wear. I'm not her dad for her. Like, if she's matching my. No, I want her to match my vibe. No, as long as she's matching my vibe though. Like, if I'm wearing some like chill shit, like some street leisure clothes, yeah, I kind of want her like to be in that same category, to be comfortable like me. But I'm not going to force her. It's like, nah, you got to wear this. You got to be all covered up like this. I'm like, what the hell? No, not a fucking dad. That's kind of controlling, and that's shit is not good in relationships. Honestly, you got to question your relationship if you forcing your shorty to wear certain shit. Yeah, it doesn't sound healthy. Yeah, that's me though. She got to match my vibe. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, I have zero standard when it comes to clothing. But
I want to say zero.
It's like y'all gonna get whatever it is I feel like giving you. If I feel like dressing, I'm gonna dress.
Hey, but I respect it though. I respect that though.
If I feel like pulling up in a hoodie and some shorts, I'm gonna do that. Matter of fact, I'll pull out the hoodie right now.
Hey, do it, bro. Hey, do it. Hey, he actually gonna do it, and I knew he would. And I'm happy he's on video, bro. Look, look. That's what you call carefree. Carefree.
And y'all a hoodie and some shorts. These some old shorts and too. And y'all gonna like every bit of it, all right?
Hey, carefree, bro.
Now you know who Evan is, bro.
I don't want to hear a damn word.
Who Evan is, bro.
Hey,
I can imagine this, bro. Like, imagine we all going out, we all going out with our partners ever. Evan be the one dumbass to pull up in some basketball shorts, a black hoodie, and
then just walk in like it's normal, though.
Like it's nothing, bro.
Just walk in like it's normal, like, hey, what's good, y'all?
That would be funny. I would be dying, son. Hey, please. I'll be geeking at night. Hey, yo.
Imagine we go to like Morgan State homecoming or like Howard homecoming. This nigga ever
Morgan State homecoming, and I pull up in a hoodie and some shorts.
Like he's got something to workout gym or something, bro.
But it's like he just got out the house, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm just like, damn. It's like, damn, bro. You just woke up. People like, hey, what's up, bro?
I pull up to the function looking like I'm out on an errand run.
Bro, it's
the hoodie, it's the shorts, and then I got on some socks with the Nike slides. And that's
still hung over. Nah, bro, look like you still hung over for the next day. That's what that is. I was like, damn, bro, you got too lit just wearing that. I was like, bro, don't give a fuck, bro.
No, Mark. I know you remember this, bro. When we went to Bowie State, we went there with Gideon. And this nigga Gideon, we saw him like 2 hours. This nigga walking over the whole head tie, bro.
Oh, yeah. I remember that day, bro. This student center, bro.
This man walked around with I'm not talking your regular head tie. I'm talking about the pirate long joint, bro.
I think we're in the game room, bro. Just casually sitting
we're in the game room. We're over here playing Uno, and this man walking, let's go, y'all, with a whole empty bottle.
Hey, but Gideon don't care, though. That's how carefree I'm trying to be, bro. It's like, bro, fuck it. Honestly, that's how at peace I'm trying to be, bro. It's that at peace does not caring, bro. Hey, that's funny. I needed that laugh.
That whole day was funny, bro. Remember, that's when we went to ZK Lounge, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember that night.
Leland? It was me. Yeah, it was me, you, Leland.
That's the old squad. Anthony.
Yeah,
the old squad, bro. Old Bowie State squad. Yeah, moves like every weekend, bro. The old days, pre-COVID shit. Better say making me sad talking about that.
Right.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah. But Evan, that was a good take, though. I like that, Evan. I'm happy we brought this subject.
I'm not even mad about that. I'm not even mad about that. That was hilarious. He said, listen, you could get what you get, bro. You better take it.
You get what I feel like giving you, and you gonna like it.
The funny thing is, I don't really have standing either, bro. I be chilling. Y'all know me. I don't be trying. But the thing is, when I do want to give effort, I be like, you can give a little effort. That's what I be like,
Right, at least give it effort. It's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with giving
you
effort.
can pull out some. You can pull out that little nice shirt in the corner. Like I'm not gonna control. I'm gonna be like, listen, I kind of gave effort tonight, so this match my vibe.
Some people are like occasional, like when they really go out. But yeah,
literally,
it's like every day. Yeah,
literally, like y'all know me, but I'm kind of like Evan too. I'll pop out in a tank top, basketball shorts, and some freaking Under Armour slide guard.
And we seen him do it. We seen him do it.
I'm dead.
Dog, I remember I forget where it was. This nigga would have walked up in that bitch shirtless if he could. I forget where it was.
Yo, you're talking about Ocean C. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Bro. You're talking about when we went to the breakfast place and listen, you had to have a shirt on. And
Luke,
when I tell y'all, the entire trip I had no shirt on, bro. I was on some J.R. Smith shit.
Honestly, when you at the beach on the boardwalk,
I didn't care, bro.
Yeah, you can get away with that, really.
Bro,
yeah.
I literally probably had a tank top once, and the whole rest of the trip I was walking with no shirt on, bro. I didn't care, bro. Like it was so funny. And the lady was like, "Yeah, you got shirt on."
Yeah, restaurant though, it's like, yeah, they probably like, all right, yeah, let's cross the line. Stop right there,
but
sir.
the funny thing is, I ended up walking in Burger King and McDonald's with no shirt on. They didn't say a damn word.
Fast food, but they don't give a fuck.
They didn't give a fuck.
One-star restaurant, they don't care.
Give a fuck.
They be like, look, we don't want to be here. We don't have time for this. Yeah, go and get your food. Get out. That's how they like, bro.
See, but I'm a bit different from y'all, because I'm gonna just say it right now. When you mess with a woman, I don't want to say mess. When you date a woman, when you're in a relationship with a woman that knows how to put a fucking fit together, my guy, you think like that now, but when you get with a woman that know how to really put a fit together, bro, and you like come out and like she just looking just chef's kiss, you just like, yeah. And then it's different. It's really not like I don't expect my woman to be America's Next Top Model. Hell no.
Right now.
I don't expect her to be walking down the runway every day. But I've had a girl that was like that. And it was goddamn the Wizards beating the shit out the Raptors.
You just peeping this, bro?
I'm watching the Celtics. I'm watching the
whole time, bro.
Bro, the Wizards they've been whipping that ass, bro.
Sanfa,
I haven't that same game, but I've been peeping the score on ESPN.
You know the funny part? I really felt like the Raptors was about to go Super Saiyan this game since it was the first game back in Canada.
I knew they wasn't.
They honestly, you would think they would, but
because the thing is, I just think that we're more talented than the Raptors.
Exactly, and that's
the
what
Raptors fell off though. That's another team that fell off since like for the past couple years.
They got rid of everybody.
Yeah, they got rid of literally their whole core.
I feel like tonight had like the energy of one of them.
Oh no!
That's why you love sports and like, oh, this is the Raptors sports. That's the energy I thought this was gonna be.
Nah, man, I kind of knew it was gonna be but no, Darren, I agree. You see me, I'm the type where I match energy. That's just
but what I was gonna say is like I hold myself to that standard because you do not, and I mean you do not want to go out with your girl and she looking fine as ever and you looking raggedy. You don't, and it's vice versa. Like you don't want to go out here and you put now granted for me, like if I'm going to hell, sometimes even if I'm going to the store, I don't want to be wearing some raggedy shit.
Oh right, yeah.
Like
because you never know who you can run into.
Like I mean, all of my raggedy clothes, like like I just wear around the house. But like when it comes to like dressing and like I was just talking about like in terms of like going on dates and like going out with your woman, like dude, like how high on the totem pole is her knowing how to dress. For me, dealing with not just one but a couple girls that know how to put a fucking fit together, like they did the damn thing and they would do the damn thing every time I would see them. For me, it's pretty like I'm pretty spoiled when it comes to that, and I always try and match it. I always try and do, I was trying to do whatever. Like
Step
I've
your
had,
game up, basically.
like I've had, cause
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah.
Cause y'all know me. All I'm gonna do is put on some joggers, and a hoodie and some Vans and call it a day. And sometimes I'll put a jersey on. But shit, I've been trying to do other stuff because I'm trying to get outside of that. But yeah, you got it. You got to stay on you got to stay on top of that. Like
100%, man. And like I said, I'm the dude that match right. It's just like you said, when you're just chilling, you're not been in a relationship for a while. You're not really thinking of that. You kind of just, you look good when you want to. Like y'all know me, bro. I don't be caring 95% of the time. I do not care, bro. But it's just like that little 5% where I do, I'll show out. So it's just like it's kind of like it depends on which in life. If you're not in a relationship, you're not caring, bro. You chilling. But if you are, you kind of have that heightened sense of okay, my girl's gonna look good. She's gonna do her thing. I gotta match that. So that's kind of
man, I'm gonna just say it right now, because like I'm the type of person where, not saying I don't plan out dates, but I know with there was one time, like there's multiple times where I would just say, what you doing on this day? You want to come over? She'll be like, yeah. And she'll come over looking like she finna be ready to go and just chill, watch pizza and watch movies. And I'm sitting here decked the fuck out, like, all right, so we about to go. And she's like, bro, you didn't tell me that we were going anywhere. I said, you should know me by now. Like, I'm just saying, like with me, you gotta always be prepared. Cause I'm always prepared. Like,
I don't know. If you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
Exactly.
I live by that mantra. Like I always got backup clothes in the car. I'll be ready for anything.
Hey, Evan, a scout is always what?
We always ready.
Exactly.
We always ready.
Scouts always prepared, always ready.
Isn't it crazy how literally all three of them were in scouts and I wasn't? Absolutely insane.
Bro, me and Mark was in the same troop.
Same troop, yup. Them
That's
days were like some of the best days.
Actually how we met. I've known this nigga since like fourth. Actually, I think I've known him before then, like third grade.
Something like that.
Back when this man had the Riley braids.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Just
this
like
nigga had the Riley braids.
Straight bags. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
probably the same age as him too. That's the funny part.
Yeah,
that's what's so
bro.
funny. Yeah, that's what's so
bro.
funny about that. Like, oh my god. Gee, that's so long ago. I can't even wrap my head around. That's so long ago, bro. Like that's a break ago. But yeah, like stay ready, student. Gotta get ready. I'm always ready for any situation because you never know what can happen. It happened once where I got caught slipping. Never again. Never again. I'd be having backup clothes, different clothes in the car. I'd be having two outfits in the car just in case. You never know. I've had one time where it was literally it only happened once. Where I was kicking it with people. Shouty hit my phone and said, "Hey yo, you try to do this and that." Literally off the random. And we weren't doing it. I was like, no way, I'm about to pop out. Went in my car, drove off, went to the parking lot, changed my clothes, drove over. She was like, damn, you quick. I'm like, you guys, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. So that's a mantra you gotta live by. In all aspects of life, not just, dating, in all aspects of life. Like me, in the trunk of my car, bro, when I tell you I have all the car repair stuff you can ask for. Literally. Full toolbox, tire inflator, battery charger, all that. You gotta stay ready. Because you never know what can happen, man. Especially with these cars nowadays, man.
I remember me and Evan, I don't know if you remember this, Evan, but remember when we went to the Skins Raiders game and my car got towed? It's like it was like a few years ago. Like my car had gotten towed, because I parked somewhere in the boulevard. Because if you don't park over there by the Golden Corral and the movie theater and the restaurants, your shit's getting towed. So I learned that the hard way. But I didn't have any money to pay to get my car out of the tow place, so my mom had to pay for it. My mom was pissed. It was my birthday too, and my mom. My
I saw
mother
you.
was
I saw you later.
so
I saw you later
mad.
that day. I remember that. This is like 3 years ago. Like this
Yes,
happened.
bruh. My mom was so mad, and she like she was just like,
Oh my God.
get your ass in this car so we can go and get this motherfucking you can go get this motherfucking car, make me pay this goddamn money, $275 just to get this goddamn
Jesus!
car
Oh
off
my
this tow truck
God!
place. And she was really mad. Actually, no, it was 175. It wasn't
Okay, I was
275.
about to say
But
275. That's
but
reckless. Somebody
but
want to
she
get body.
she was like, you making me pay 175 goddamn dollars that I really don't have to get your motherfucking car out the motherfucking tow truck place. She was cussing my ass out, and I took it because I was like, I deserve it.
Right? It's like,
I
what can you
deserve
say?
it. But ever since that day, I try. Doesn't I always I don't really always succeed with it, but I try to keep at least $200 in my just on me in whatever sense, just in case that happens or something happens to where I can't drive somewhere. Like when I had to get my car towed from from Virginia, a couple times. One time I broke down on the other side of the road, and the other time where I broke down in the parking lot of my job. Like I needed, I made, I always had made sure that I had money just in case something like that happens, I can pay for it. I think about it. Me and that car been through some shit.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
Man, I
man.
know how you feel, man. That's how me and the Mazda are, man.
Oh my goodness, with
Oh my goodness.
the things that me and that Ford Focus have been through.
I understand, man.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. In fact, that we should have like a podcast with this about throwback shit. That'd be fun. I would enjoy
Yeah.
that. But funny thing about it, just to remind everybody, if you forgot before we close out, because we got a Halloween one. Do you still want to do the QB draft, or you want to say that for another one?
Let's save that for another time.
Yeah. We'll talk about the Halloween. Since Halloween is coming up, it's next week and not this weekend coming up. But just to remind everybody, October 28th, 2021, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we are hosting the first ever roundtable discussion, and it's about men's mental health. It's gonna be a good one, y'all. We got listen, we got a loaded fucking thing, man. It's about to be like 10 people on this call, man. Probably even more. 12, 13. It's gonna be
Never
good.
know.
Never know. Like I said, if you want to join, even if you just want to be an audience listening through and enjoy the vibes,
Just be a
let your boy
spectator.
know.
Yeah,
Let your
we're all
boy
for our
know.
audience. Honestly,
Let your boy know. You
like a
gonna
little
get
live
the Zoom link.
audience. And we'll appreciate that because
That'd
it's
be great.
needed for sure for this discussion. We
Yes,
need more
yes.
discussions like this. Safe
Men's
spaces
mental
will
health
help.
need to be discussed in more safe space to talk about it because
That's the
it's just
goal,
not
is to
enough.
make safe spaces common. Honestly,
Sure. People are like, oh, why are they starting podcasts? Why are they doing this? Because it's a safe space, man.
it gives us the platform. That's the only other way we can get this off. Honestly, so
Because most people don't take men's mental health seriously. They think it's a joke. They think it's something, we just gotta suck it up and
And
puff
then
out our chest.
another
Yeah.
thing I want to point out is I've realized that like a lot of
And go ahead.
times where I look at see certain threads on Twitter, um a lot of times like if a man will tell a woman that he got some shit going on, she'll automatically think he's cheating. Like she'll automatically think that there's another woman in the picture, and it kind of sucks because dudes have used that line before, but at the same time I just feel like it's kind of wild for someone to just be like, I don't believe you. What, tell that other bitch I said hey, and this that. Oh, fuck you too then.
Right. It's like because so many, like you said, there, so many guys have been ingenuous. It's like now these women they don't trust a lot of what we say, and it's absolutely crazy. But here's what it is. It's funny that I felt refreshed because I was talking to somebody, and she said, "I'm not about to blame you for other men's actions." Very mature. I like that. I like women that think like that because not every man is trash, not every man is shit, not every man is a cheater. Everybody's different. Of course, you have bad apples on every tree, but more often than not, you're gonna run into the good ones. And I feel like the problem is nowadays, like with social media just ruins a lot of things. Like it should be this great thing because the world is closer than ever. Literally, we are able to talk to people all around the world like that. Literally, like that. It's made the world feel so much smaller. We're able to learn about other cultures like that. The internet
For the
is a
better and
boundless
worse,
resource for
honestly.
the better and worse. Exactly. So it's like you would think that social media would be something else people to connect, but also it's breeding a lot of toxicity,
Hmm.
negativity, all this
Social media
nasty
is not as
stuff.
good, but it's brought a lot of bad though. Yeah,
Especially Twitter. That app is
Twitter is ridiculous.
people hop on that thing and just start saying the craziest of things, man. I don't even
The
get it. Oh,
replies and
look at
tweets
my
be
boy
OC,
Debbie.
bro. It really be the Twitter replies, bro. They be the most ruthless stuff because that's when people go under tweets and you just see a main post and then all of a sudden you just see all of this shit under the tweet. I'm like, bro, y'all are reckless. I'm like, you don't know his accounts. I'm just like, what made you say this? Like, dang, what bothers you to feel as though you needed to put somebody down like this or let this off? Like, what the hell?
We live in a very
Like, yeah.
triggered, butthurt society, man. You could say you like one thing.
People just be bothered. Like, yeah, when
Yeah,
social, I'm like,
people just be
bro, I thought
mad,
social media
bro.
be chilling. I thought social
People
media for
just be
jokes and
mad.
everything. I'm like, bro, it's not got a bad day. I'm like, bro, y'all let it like y'all be like atting people with this crazy stuff. I'm like, what the hell was even necessary in this one tweet? I don't know. I'm just
Yo,
like,
people really be
understand.
waking up
I
mad
tweet
as shit.
angry
Trust me.
sometimes though, like, but I don't be tweeting at people though. Like, I just tweet my random thoughts sometimes. But it's like, yeah, people just
Right.
be wake up on violence, attacking other people. I'm like, this has to
Like,
stop. And stuff they wouldn't say in person for sure. They wouldn't say in
that's
person.
what's
That's what
so
kills
funny
me
about
though.
it. That's what's so
And none
funny
of
about it. Oh my goodness. People are so empowered behind the screen, but 95% of the stuff they say on Twitter, they would never say it to people's faces. They will never say it. They won't do it.
There it
They won't
is.
at
dare
all,
do it
man.
because they know they get their ass slapped, punched, and beat the fuck up. Like what? They know niggas not gonna go like that.
And then also like it goes back to the point that I made before when I was this is before you came on, Sanford. I was talking about the vaccine, but I said this ties into a bunch of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is that there are so many differing opinions and differing facts on social media these days with all these big accounts. Like there's a bunch of people who are just as lost as us that have a big following that really don't know shit. And so they're going to, like, I've seen people just tweet out, like you said, just some absolute bullshit. And you just had, like, social media kind of screwed with a lot of our ideologies. And some of it is for good and some is for the better. You know, some is for better, some is for worse. There we go.
Right.
And so, like, I see a lot of people saying the same thing on
I'm
Twitter.
sorry. Montrezl Harrell just acting a damn fool.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
Bro.
acting a damn fool.
He wilding.
You have a
Wilding,
lot of
bro.
people saying the same thing on Twitter, but just in different variations. And it's just like, bro, like, one, does anyone have any different thoughts? Like, does everyone think the same way on Twitter? And it's like some of the shit, like, I don't agree with, but there are a bunch of things that I have seen on Twitter that I do agree with. But it's kind of sad in a sense because we're letting other people, you know, fuck with our way of thinking. And it's kind of like, for me, I don't want to say it's a struggle, but it is a challenge to like make sure that, okay, just because I see this tweet and there's a bunch of people that are interacting with this tweet, with this person saying this thing about this particular subject, do I agree with it because this is how I actually feel, or do I agree with it because I see everyone else agreeing with it? And just trying to make sure you just don't fall into the herd just because you're falling into that crowd because you actually believe this. And the thing is, like, there's so many differing opinions on social media that we just don't know. That you really just don't know what's good, what's not good, what to think, what not to think, and this, that, fourth, blah, blah, blase, blase, blah. I rambled on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna add on to your point because I feel like a lot of people only agree on Twitter because they feel like they have to, otherwise they're gonna get slandered, they're gonna get canceled, they're gonna get
basically, yep.
Like they're really
people are sheep.
So like really that's causing them to say a lot of things that they don't even mean. They don't mean and they don't believe. And that's really it for me.
People can have a mindset of their own. That's the issue. It's like people have this sheep like mentality, just can't have a mindset of their own. Like, yeah, sad.
That's why when I really like see something that I disagree with, I kind of just let it be. I try to.
I don't be saying shit because it's gonna be an argument. People love to argue on Twitter, bro. Like it's sad.
People like to argue in general. That's just like it's not just like that's one of those things where it's not just Twitter. It's just in general. People don't listen to hear, they listen to react.
Basically.
Like people want to be right, or people just want to prove you wrong or make you look stupid. And like people will try and make you look stupid even if they're wrong.
Yep. You can't take the L. Yeah, it's very childish. It's like a pride thing. I be seeing it on like social media all the time. It's like someone clearly gets like gets proven wrong and gets called out, and he still try to come back with like some irrelevant stuff that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. That's like, bro, just hush. It's like it's like the L. It's like, come on now.
I just hate when people always get personal. Like you start coming at people's family, and you see that like they got a dead relative in other bio, so you want to attack that. I'm like, dog.
And that's
not cool. Yeah, that's doing too much. Yeah, that's dumb. People be doing it to be funny. Honestly,
they're not used to hearing two things. They're not used to hearing no, and they're not used to hearing I disagree.
And no one's ever like, I don't know. Yeah, it's almost like
that's very sad.
I guess taught the correct way. I don't know. I think people just choose to be stupid. Who knows? Some people just choose to be that way. Yeah. Like literally, some people on Twitter like brag about being toxic. It's like these days, people literally embrace being toxic. I don't understand that too.
Yeah, that's
it's
disgusting.
Like how come on social media? I'm like, how do you like? I understand people like joke around about it, this and that, but in the day, it ain't a joke. It's like, why did you purposely like want to be an irritant to somebody, like mentally like break somebody down and cause confusion in people's lives? That's kind of fucking weird. Like find your life, find a hobby or something. Y'all motherfuckers let these damn rappers get to your head too much. Damn it, I like hip hop. God damn, bro. Y'all motherfuckers like this all like God. It's sad, bro. It's like a cult. Damn, like what do you? It's
you just
cool
got
that shit. Yeah, it really isn't. I don't understand it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gotta do better. It really is. And these are like adults too. It's not like we're kids anymore. We're like in our 20s. Some people are pushing 30, and you're still acting like this. This is going to carry on. Basically saying how people are going to act for most of their lives and their mindset they have. It's like you're going on like this. Let's see how far they get you, though. Man, people got to wake up for real. Letting the social media shit control them so much in their mindsets. Sad, man.
Nah, for real, it's crazy. We about to end it off with just a Halloween topic. Did you ever dress up for Halloween? And if you ever did, what was your best and favorite costume?
Not really. But
top of my head, my favorite one that I can think of is when I was 7 years old, I dressed like Darth Vader.
This man ever had to go to, because that's when everybody loves Star Wars.
Matter of fact, I do remember when I was like around actually 6 years old. I think I did have like a Batman costume at the time that I never wore out, but I was just there. I think I did wear it. I guess just like to take a picture in it, but I never actually like wore like went to a costume party or nothing like that. I never really was big on celebrating Halloween in general throughout my life. Honestly, as a kid, I just wasn't. I just really didn't. Honestly, never really cared to. Never really went out trick or treating like that.
My fat ass gonna be at Walmart or CVS finessing all that free candy, finessing all that candy the day after Halloween.
Kill, bro. Nah, they be coming up clutch, bro. Bro, them joints they do be clutch though. Having all that actually, that's what I do like about Halloween. All that extra free candy though. Used to be getting into school all the time, especially back in grade school. Like when everyone used to come, like I guess teachers to come and bring candy. Used to be clutch.
That shit was great.
Yeah, I've done that.
I guess
Yeah,
for me,
I'm
like
dressed up.
my favorite costume as a kid, I'll say I was a white ninja. So
He
I
was the
always
white
dress
Power Ranger.
Why white though?
I
It's like
always
no.
dressed up as a ninja. The fuck you trying to say?
Like you stupid, bro.
You're trying to say, my brother, that the white ninja, when
I
you
was a
really
black
need to
ninja too, my
realize
brother.
the history.
But yeah, my favorite costume was I was a white ninja, and I think it was like 5 or 6.
White Power Ranger.
So it was that, and then the one that I did recently, the last Halloween party that I went to with the anime club. I dressed up as a
shit.
I dressed up I dressed up as a baseball player. Like, bro, I was wearing my cleats and everything. I had my tight baseball pants with I had the tight baseball pants with a Milan socks. I could barely fit my belt, but I could still fit my belt. Was wearing my little Red Sox jersey, had my Red Sox hat, had the little eye black, so I dressed up as a baseball player. Got a lot of love for it. Almost
Matter of
got
fact, yeah, I seen you wear that outfit. You wore that Brian's birthday. I remember. I think you wore that joint.
Yeah, he did wear Brian's
I
birthday.
remember that.
I wore the Nats one to Raya's thing.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember.
I want to tell you this
that
right
costume
now.
party was cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Okay. That anime club party, if it was not for Reem, I would have gotten into some trouble.
Oh yeah, I know.
I would have gotten.
Right
I would have gotten. And it wasn't even because I was gonna be doing anything. I was just going to guilty by association. I was gonna be in the vicinity, and it was just gonna be bad. It was gonna be really, really bad.
I'm so happy I didn't go.
I'm not. It was a good night. Like, basically, like we all got lit.
Oh no, but I saw the chat after. Y'all were all talking like dumbasses.
Yeah, we was nice. But
I think I had to work. I think that's the only reason why. Yeah, I had to work. I think Halloween was like a Friday that year. Yeah, that was 2019. This is before COVID, y'all.
I was in a place I wasn't supposed to be. I felt something behind me, and then Reem said, "Hey, bro, come over here." I said, "Oh." I looked back. I said, "Oh, thank God, thank you."
Darien's all be in a tough situation, y'all. We're great that you made it out of that. That would have been crazy. But anyway, I got some funny Halloween stories. Let me see. As a kid, I don't remember dressing up, but I do remember one year. This is like middle school, where we did the wildest prank. We basically walked on the neighborhood in hoodies with fucking movie masks on, and started TPing the whole neighborhood. Bro. Like I'm talking like toilet paper, silly string. Yo, it was wild, but I don't know how we did not get caught because, mind you, I was smart. The moment that the dude came, bro, somebody came out the house, bro. When I tell you, I was gone, bro. I was gone. I don't know what happened with the other dudes, bro. I ran the long way home. I said, "Fuck no, y'all think it's not catching me." Mind you, we got hella candy that day because, mind you, I wasn't the one doing it, but one of my friends, this man was scaring the little kids away and taking their candy. That shit was fucking hilarious. He was scaring them away with his mask and just started snatching their candy, but it was so crazy. We ended up just having a whole big trash bag of candy. We ended up sharing that joint, eating that joint later on.
Bro, remember when niggas would go to Camp Schmidt? Dog.
Yes. Bro. I know you was on that hayride, bro.
Yes. Wait, Mark.
Oh man.
So, I don't know.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm here.
But,
Yeah.
I don't know if you was on this camping trip when we was with the scouts, but it was one of them times where we was at the campfire and they decided to tell ghost stories. And you remember David, right?
Oh yeah, I remember. I think I know exactly which one you're talking about.
So I forget who it was. It was one of the scout masters. He was telling a story. And David was like, "Nah, bro, I don't fuck with ghost stories. I don't want you to tell no story, bro. Stop telling me."
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then I was kind of like, "Yeah, I kind of don't want him to," but everyone else was like, "Nah. Tell the scary story." So So he tells it right, and we all go into the tents. And so one of them is circling the campsite and just shaking the tents. And so, and so, and so,
Yeah, I remember. I know exactly what it was.
and so he shakes.
One of them
And so
assholes
he
in my
shakes the
troop too,
tent.
huh?
And it was me and this other dude. His name was also Evan. So it was me and him, and we was just
Why do I feel like I know who you talking about though?
and we was just in the tent laughing, like we just thought it was funny, because
he was
David
dying,
was
bro.
getting so scared. He shook the tent. He said, "Yo, stop, bro! I'm not playing with you. I'm gonna rock your ass." And then he came back again. He shook it. He said, "Nah, bro, stop playing, bro. It's not funny." And then he started saying, "Bro, man, this ain't cool." He came back again.
Oh.
He yelled out. He jumped. He said, "If you gonna kill me now."
Yeah, bro.
Dog, we
He
was
really swing that
laughing
out.
so hard.
Bro. I'm like,
Brother,
I was
bro,
like,
the next morning we woke up, we was just laughing. And he said, "Y'all some bitches."
bro, he was pissed, bro. I'm like,
Oh my god.
Bro, they used to mess with David so bad. Like David was not rocking with them, bro.
Oh,
not at all, bro.
that is hilarious. Mind you, my camp was kind of wild. They took us on a little hayride, and that's what started talking about the little crazy ass story. And then they did something more stupid than what they did. What they did, yo, this shit looking back was so dumb. They had one of the other ones following the little trailer as it was going around the hayfield. But they had like 3, 4 of them, and they kept like spawning and jumping out of the fucking hay, bro. It was so stupid. But niggas like, It was bro, we got back to the set. Niggas were like, bro, do you see the shit? I was the only dude laughing. I'm like, bro, y'all niggas didn't see them kind of creeping around the corner before we got in the fucking tractor, bro. But I didn't take shit seriously as a kid, but I was dying laughing. Oh, man, but go ahead, Evan. That shit had me dead.
Man, I'm surprised ain't nobody ever glassed them niggas like just on accident. Just be like, oh, hey, my bad. Hey, and just go help him up like an NBA player. Like, hey, you good?
Oh man, oh my goodness. Mind you, the one good thing I like about Halloween, like it's the same year that they're on top of 2019 and 2020. I was working, got me hella candy from working. You know, them cute little, front desk recipients was like, hey, it's Halloween, take candy. Like I literally came home. I remember this is last year. Literally got home with like probably a bag full of candy this big, and I didn't even go trick or treating. My customers just give me free candy. It was lit. But other than the debauchery of stuff, I went. I was one. What are the good ones from Halloween? What are the good? I'm trying to remember. But I do have a few. Oh yeah. So when I used to go to church on Halloween, there was something because they had a little thing for the kids. Basically, it was one year where I kind of played like a little matchmaker. I was kind of Mr. Cupid. That was great. That was beautiful. I felt good doing that. But I got a lot of good Halloween memories. But this year, like I said, Darien, if you want to do it, I'm down. I'm down to go see Cat Williams. I'm down to go get some.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'll let you know.
I bet just let me know. Cause yeah, I was sitting back. I'm like, Halloween's on a Sunday this year. If niggas want to link and make moves, I'm down with that. But if not,
on my schedule, honestly.
I'm not even sure. That's why I'm so happy I'm off Sundays, bro. That's why I'm so happy I'm just off Sundays, bro. I don't even think about it. Be like, oh yeah, I'm off. I can do what I want. But y'all got anything y'all want to say before we close out for the week?
I'm good.
Wizards are balling, y'all. We different this year.
Yeah, we all kind of raping the Raptors right now. It's not even funny, bro. Like we're destroying them, bro. It's not even fair. But
Sanfa, you know the funny thing? It's two things. Number one, we doing all of this without Rui.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, there were people that really said we were worse than the Raptors with a straight face.
I don't know why people said that.
With a straight face, Mo.
I don't know why people said that, bro. We're literally going to be in the play-in. Like, if we play good, we're going to be a legit playoff team. I don't know what people are talking about. Like, people are crazy. But, like I said, we got the men's mental health roundtable next Thursday. And then also, like I said, we're back week to week. And there will be another roundtable next month. And next month's November is going to be accountability. That's going to be one I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a great one. But other than that, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for all the great, beautiful things y'all are saying. Y'all are supporting the pod. We are turning heads. We're doing good things, man. We almost at 2K total streams. Let's get there before the year ends, y'all. This is episode 43. Just a few more. We'll be 52, baby. We'll be a year of 301. That's going to be great. That's going to be awesome, man. But
how about them Cowboys?
How about them Ravens, man? That's all I got to say. We blasted the Chargers on Sunday. We blasted them fools off the fucking field. That shit, I literally stopped watching after halftime. So, hey, we got this. So.
Looking at the Chargers like, oh, brother, this guy stinks.
They may bounce back.
Y'all have a good week, man. Y'all stay beautiful. Y'all stay safe. All right.